Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me set up this room real quick and then we can get started. So, let's see. Today is the 23rd. Oh, February's about to be over. All right, get the rest of this stuff going here. All right. Other things here that need to be fixed. Let's check for these scalps here. So we might be looking for some more sells. So let me just put that back on. All right, I'm just gonna redraw some zones here. All right, cool, pretty solid. Let's get the zone down here as well. There we go. All right, cool. Let me finish setting up this room. NASDAQ opens 2% lower. All right, so it looks like NASDAQ is still selling off. I'll have to take a look at that right now. All right, looks like everything's good to go, guys. So let me go ahead and send out this link and then we get started. All right, got that. Oops. Got that sent over to you guys there. Other places. All right, so that's good. Let's post this on Facebook real quick. Charter. So that should be good. All right. Other than that, let me just finish posting this on our social media and we should be good to go, guys. So good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully you guys made a lot of profit yesterday with us scalping. I'm ready to do it again. So I'll show you guys some trades that I took last night. This is the wrong time frame. Yeah, I'll show you some trades that I took last night. I mean, you guys are probably aware of those big wins that I had overnight. I took one of the scalps up here, and I also matched up my analysis with David. So like I had a pretty big win last night. So I'll show you guys the profit off that shortly. Just 1 second. Let me finish setting this up right here. Just trying to set up these zones for any possible entries off this next candle close here. All right, cool. So no, this wouldn't be an entry there. It's fine. We'll wait for the next one. There's one scalp entry that was available right here, actually. I don't know if anyone caught that, but we'll take a look at that shortly. Let me just finish sending out this this link. All right, let me get this over here real quick. Hey guys, the Zoom link's coming. Just 1 second. Yeah, you know, there's only one of me, so it takes me some time to post everything up. Anyways, let me post this up on the Instagram real quick. All right, that link there. Swipe up button right there. All right, that should be good. Let me post up the Zoom link now, and then we should be good to go. All right, so I'm only posting this for the premium members, obviously. So let me just get this right there. Yeah, so unfortunately, I think David's at work today, right? Let me just check the chat. I was gonna give David some props for last night. Man, those profits were crazy, guys. Like those are some of the craziest profits I've seen in a while. Well, I also could have took a huge lot size because I was so confident about it. But here, let me just check the chat real quick. Let's see who's in here. There's a lot of people in here already. Yeah, guys. So I took this scalp up here, but I ended up trailing it. You know, I had a long session with David last night. It was a private session though, so you guys can have sat in on it. Me and David were just going over, you know, different ideas. David's probably going to be the price action guy, huh, David? David's going to be the price action guy of K². But anyways, I took this trade up here, and man, let me just tell you about this. This was some crazy profit. So like right here, these are the profits that I made last night. Like right before bed, I made about, geez, 7,613 off of that one, and then I made off this one. It was a lot less. Obviously, I closed this one early, but dude, this is just for the day. It was this was huge. These two trades right here, because it lined up with my analysis plus David's. Thankfully, I didn't get kicked out right here. I moved my stop loss and profit because it literally got right next to it and then it dumped. So let me see if I can trade my actual MT4 here on my screen. So this is perfect because my payout's actually coming out soon. So let me see if I could show you guys the trades here that I took for US 30. Damn, I should just held on to this one, David. Look, bigger drop right there. I just hate holding it into the market reopen now. Let me show you guys here. Yeah, I'm just trying to show you guys all the profits that I took yesterday. Or not all the profits, but all the trades I took yesterday. So I was kind of pushing yesterday because I was trying to complete something. But yeah, these are like all the trades that I took yesterday. The first one right here made like about 500 and 200, then 180, and 305. I lost 1,000. It was a stupid trade. I stacked this shit on accident. And then I had a couple here where I covered them, and then these big wins down here from last night. So these are the sells that I took last night. I actually stacked them. I had one right here where I actually bought from where I sold from like way up here. And then I ended up just, you know, writing it down. I mean, there was a bunch of scalps here. So if you didn't catch this from up here, the actual scalp like started from like right here. So I mean, you could have taken any entry at this point, and regardless, you could have caught this on its you know, on its way down. And then there was a bunch of other scalps here, so you probably could have you know, after this hit right here, you could have re-entered off this candle right here, off this red one. Freaking messages I'm getting. But yeah, guys, these are the two scalp entries that that appeared last night. There's actually three. So there's like that one right there, and then another one right here. So there was a bunch of entries you could have taken for sells here. So like technically, I didn't need to hold this for that long, but and I could have just entered multiple positions for sells here. But you know, I just ended up taking it, and this is the profit I got last night. Obviously, you can see right here. You know, entry point was 31,634. And I got in at about 31. Yeah, it was around that same area. So I got in around the same area right here. But instead of me exiting, I ended up just sliding my profit, my stop loss and profit as it continued to slide down. And that's that's pretty much how I locked in the specific profit. Yeah, this right here. So I mean, it's pretty nice. You can see here that this is red because I moved my stop loss and profit, and I had no TP actually. I was trying to just write it down further. Unfortunately, I got kicked out, but I can't complain with making 7,000 last night before bed. So that's pretty much a trade that we took last night. We're gonna be looking to redo it again today. I'm just gonna wait to see if only this one right here closed a little higher to that yellow one right there, we could have taken another sell right here, but it didn't fill. So I'm just waiting now. I'm waiting for another setup to show itself. Let me see if there's one here for the DAX. Yeah, okay. So I don't know if anyone took these trades with the DAX, but there's another trade here that you could have taken right here. So if anyone was watching this, there was actually an entry here for the DAX off this green candle. So if someone took that trade right there, I think it would have hit TP by now as well. Yeah, for about 500 pips. Or I think it was 250, right? The sweet spot, Patricia. Sweet spot for that was 250. If you took that trade right there, it would have hit TP right here as well. And yeah, I mean, we're just going to be waiting for some more scalps because that's what we like to do in the morning. So that's what we're waiting for right now, guys. I'm just going to be waiting for that. Let me see if there's anything else here real quick, and then we can get started. Hey, morning, Peter. Morning, Vishnu. Morning, Matt. Morning, Billy. Morning, Jeremy. Morning, Salim. Morning, John. Morning, everybody. So yeah, guys, I'm just looking for some scalps here. We don't have any entries that are currently available. I didn't see any entries here for Forex either the last time I checked. So at this point in time, we're just looking for some scalps. This is the daily entry from last night. Not sure if anyone took it. Obviously we waited the entire day and it came too late, so I didn't take it. This is one confirmation as well, which indicated that I should take that sell last night because there was a couple of different strategies that we apply, and they all indicated for a sell. Like for example here, we didn't have the sell signal until like noon, and this is way too late. But this gave me confirmation that price was going to be coming down. So like at this point over here, we had the scalp around this area, and that's where we took the sell. And then also I also confirmed it with David. Like me and David were on the live call last night. We were just trading live last night. Pretty late. We were up until like midnight just trading, and then he gave me the confirmation that he saw a sell, and I saw this sell, and then I saw the scalp. I was like, yeah, why not? I'm just gonna hop into that, and that's when I took the first trade here, where I locked in about 1,713 and then 900, so about like a little over 2,000 or closer to 3,000 for this account. And then this one, I just moved my stop loss and profit and I let it run. So I pretty much let it run, and then I ended up closing out with about 7,000 right here. Because I have two FTMO accounts, guys, right? That's why the lot sizes are different. For this one right here, this is my copier, so it's why it's 5.10. But for this one, it's just a flat 5 because this is my actual account that I trade the master on. So that's that's pretty much all that I did there. Nice. Lurshna over here said from scalping, she locked in about 398 this morning. Nice work, Lurshna. Not sure if you're in this live, but that's some great work. You guys can see here that everyone in K2 is killing it. So if you're in K2 and you guys aren't killing it, I mean, you're probably doing something wrong, because I recorded everyone's profits here. Like Gage over here, I haven't seen Gage in a while, bro. You locked in about 1,000 last night trading the DJ. You took that sell that I mentioned, and then the GJ as well, right there. Billy over here locked in about 1,600 off this, who's trading the same stuff as me. Mark over here killed it with US 30 as well, nearly 1,000 there. And we have a bunch of profits here that I'm going to be sending. So if you guys made profits last night and you guys want me to send them in the public group, just send them over to me or send them in any of the groups, and then I'll save them, because we have this is the week's profits right here so far. A lot of people have profited yesterday just scalping with me, and then again last night with the few little hints that I was giving out in the session. But all right, so I think that's it here. Let me go ahead and take a look at the chart. If you guys have any questions, just put them in the chat and I can take a look. Otherwise, we are going to be looking for an entry soon. So this is the opening candle. Yeah, look at this drop. I should have just taken this trade. If I took this trade here, I'm tempted to hop into another sell right here. Let's see. I already know by the time I enter the sell, it's going to swing back up. So I'm not going to mess with this. I'm just going to wait for the next entry to appear. Oh, this might be nice actually. Let me see. Yeah, because if price ends up breaking the structure, it's probably going to keep dropping. So if it closes below here, it's probably going to push even further to this structure down here. That's generally what happens. And this is how I take my smaller scalps. So basically I'm using the K2SR strategy to take the smaller scalp, because sometimes you'll see my positions here and I'll have like one standard position and then I'll stack it with other ones. So like, for example, here, I have like a 4, I stack it to a 5, because what I do is I take the normal position here, like the normal scalp, and then whenever it breaks structure, like right here, see how it breaks structure, I just catch for that little move there, I take a fat lot size, and then again right here, it breaks and closes past structure, and then I just take this for a fat lot size, and then I close out right there, right? Because it just keeps repeating itself. Even right here, price comes up, breaks structure, I take a fat lot size, and I just write it up a little bit. But this is a little more advanced. It's not something that I recommend anyone do. But you can see here, obviously, it's really simple, right? Price breaks and closes past structure. I take a big sell, and I take profit right there, just a small scalp. Again, right here, price breaks and closes past structure here. I take a small scalp this way, and I lock in some profit there. Again, right here, breaks and closes right here, and then I just take that small scalp up to the next structure right here. And I just keep doing it, right? Again, right here, break and close past structure, I just write it back down. So this is similar to the K2SR strategy. I just do it on the shorter time frames. And that's how I'm able to stack these positions. But it's not something that I'm going to teach you guys just yet, because obviously it's something for the more advanced traders. And I don't want you guys to go blow your account trying to do something that I'm doing and you're not ready for it yet. So we're still looking for these entries here for US 30, but like I mentioned, I'm probably not going to enter them just yet. Anyways, let me get this live on the Instagram real quick, and then we should be good. Give me 1 second, guys. So let me get this on the Instagram live. All right, I'm still here, guys. I'm just getting this set up here real quick. All right, guys, looks like we're good to go. So let me just, I don't know how to edit this stuff. All right, anyways, we're good to go. All right, guys, so let's get started. So damn, look at this big drop right here. So I wish I would have taken that right there. Let me see. David sent me a message, actually. Let me see what he sent me. Let's see. Damn, yeah, so I think David might still be in this position right here. But yeah, guys, I was mentioning that, I wish this would have closed a little higher. Or actually, no, it wouldn't have rejected off the structure anyways. The actual entry would have been up here. So, whoever caught this entry right here, nice work. I still wasn't fully awake at this time, because I was up pretty late last night when I took these trades right here. But this, this technically would have been another short right here. Damn, look at this thing. This thing's melting, dude. Me and David were talking about this last night. We were waiting for this to drop, and it's probably gonna keep dropping. Look at this huge drop right here. All right, I took a random sell for US 30. So let's see if this ends up playing out at all. Damn, I shouldn't have taken that sell. Stupid me. That was my mistake. Yeah, I tried to enter the sell right here, and then MT4 lagged, and it didn't fill it till like way down here. So I'm getting kind of screwed right now. I'm probably have to close this in profit. Actually, I'm not trying to. Oh shit. Okay, I'm actually holding it. All right, guys. I'm probably not going to be focused on you guys right now. I'm closing it. Come on, MT4. Fuck. All right. So I just took that sell right there. MT4 is tripping, dude. I'm not trying to take these trades right now. But anyways, let me just show you my MT4. So I just took that trade right there that I mentioned. See it at 339. I literally just took that sell while I was talking to you guys. I was trying to enter it up here, but then MT4 triggered it down here. And then I wasn't going to hold on to it. But anyways, just like right here on this live session with you guys, I just locked in about 400 bucks or 339. This was just from right now, literally. So at 50 minutes, it's 6:51. So I literally was in that trade for like a minute, made about 339. I only took a one lot. I didn't take the big lot size because I wasn't sure if it was going to bounce around. But yeah, I just made a quick profit off that real quick. MT4 is on to BS. It filled my order kind of late, but I mean it's fine. Whatever. Profit's profit. I mean I still made profit off this, so I'm not really complaining. I made a quick, a quick 300 bucks off that. 339 actually to be exact. So not bad right there. These are my wins from last night. I made 4,000 off that trade, 3,000 off that trade, 339. So my payout's gonna be pretty nice for this. Yeah, this is perfect because my payout was supposed to be done today. So or by the end of today. So I'm glad that I took that big trade there because it pushed me over the threshold. Anyways, let me check out the chat real quick, and then I'll see what you guys have there before we continue on. So let me check this out real quick. Hey, what's up, Billy? Billy said, hey, did you see GJ just fake me out so bad, SMH? I was looking for a buy above 148.350. So let me check GJ real quick. I think GJ's been moving kind of weird, dude. I'm really looking at it. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was like in that whole resistance area right there anyways. So it is kind of tricky. But I think you were probably looking for some scalps, right, Billy? Let me just pull up GJ real quick. So GJ over here. Damn, dude, yeah. If you were in this trade, Billy, it looks like or actually, it looks like it was a sell. So looks like the most recent entry right here was well, I mean, it was bouncing back and forth. So you probably got faked out on one of these, Billy. I'm not sure if you took the last one, you would have been good. But if you took any of the first buys, you definitely would have gotten faked out. Because price was basically just consolidating within that area. So let me just show you real quick what I'm talking about here. So Billy said he got faked out. I mean, if you took the most recent entry, which should have been right here, this red candle, you can see it rejects off the pivot and the structure right there, then I think this would have been fine. You would have hit TP off that. Because I think the sweet spot for like GJ is like 15 or 30 pips. So if you had 30 pips, it would have hit full TP. But if you were going for 15 pips, looks like you might hit stop loss. So just depending on where stop loss TP was for GJ, this could have hit your TP or hit your stop. I think 15 would have been too close actually, because the spread's 5 pips. So you're not going to do 15. You'll probably do 20, 25, or 30. And then you'll still lock in like 20 pips off that. So if you took this trade right here, Billy, looks like you would have hit TP. But if you did take one of these buys here, this is probably where you got faked out. Because it looks like you probably would have gone stopped out right here. Let me just see if you would have hit TP off this for a buy. Yeah, you would have gotten stopped out right here. So this might have been the one that you took, right, Billy? Let me just check the chat real quick to see if you're there. Oh, nice. Okay, so you just locked in 17. Oh, you got some profit off it, actually. Okay, yeah. So it said you were looking for buys above 148. So you look for the buy right here, and this is probably got faked out. But if you swinged it back the other way for this entry right here, you would have made it back and then some. So, I mean, it happens, this will happen in the market where you'll get spikes back and forth, especially on market open. This is why I like to chill around this time, and I just wait for it to stabilize a bit before I enter these trades. But anyways, let me go back to US 30, see if there's any entries there. Nothing yet. I'll be waiting for this to swing back up at this point and then reject off the pivot so that we can catch another sell this way. So that's basically what I'm looking for here. Let me see what else we got over here. Camel said, after what you made last night, I'm surprised you're online with us. Oh, you're good, man. Definitely, Camel. Money doesn't stop, bro. The profits keep coming. It doesn't matter if I made 1,000, doesn't matter if I made 10,000, doesn't matter if I made 7,000. I'm still gonna be here online because the profits are still coming. Like you can never be too satisfied with your profits. It doesn't matter how much you make. A lot of people like to set goals for like, if they make a certain amount of money. And that's just limiting yourself. Like, why would you limit yourself if there's more opportunities in the market? The only time I stop is if I lose. If I lose and I need to take a break, I'll take a break. But if I'm winning, if I continue to win, the hot streaks usually keep going. So that's why I hang on to these and I keep going. Nice morning, Larshna. Good profits. I just saw your screenshot. I don't know if you were on here when I was giving you the shout out. Morning, Karen. Morning, Kushi. Morning, Vishnu. Morning, Alex. Morning, Smokes. Morning, Kel. Morning, Indra. Morning, Hashim. Morning, Mark. Morning, Super Sam. Morning, Kel. Morning, Billionaire Mindset. All right, guys. So morning, everybody. Let me go ahead and check the chat to see if I missed anything here real quick. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat and then I can answer them for you. Otherwise, we're just going to be looking for some shorts. I mean, not some shorts, some scalps today. Yeah, definitely. Karen said, took that sell, should have held. Damn, it's melting. Yeah, Karen. I mean, same for this over here. Like I took this sell up here and I actually moved my stop loss and profit a little too close, which is fine. Which I locked in some profit right here. But if I held on to it, it would have dropped like crazy. And it looks like you caught this this sell right here. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, profit's profit. I'm sure you locked in about $500 off that. But yeah, if you did hold on to it, you would have you probably could have tripled your profit off this right over here. All right, let's see. One question from Hashim. He said, what would you do with gold right now, if anything at all, Hashim? So let me pull up gold real quick. I'll just analyze that from scratch for you guys so that we can see, or I'll see what the analysis was yesterday. So this was the analysis from yesterday. Nothing really happened. It was still ranging within this area. So I'm going to go ahead and just reanalyze this from scratch so that you guys can see, what I'm looking for. So here's a naked chart right here. First thing I do is I turn on the K2SR indicator right here. And then from this point, I draw my zones so that we can identify the rejection points. Because, obviously history always repeats itself, especially for something like gold, where, I mean, it keeps going to key price points almost every time. So we have these set up right here. Turn this off. And then you can see from this point, we have some perfectly nice drawn zones right here. So price has been in this zone since, let's see, it broke into the zone about January 8th, and then it's just been within this area for a while. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn on the momentum indicator right here. And obviously we have a bullish momentum. We have the rejection from this point down here. We have the buy signal right here. Obviously you can see price broke and closed past structure right here. And then when that happens, it ends up pushing up here, right? So we currently still have a bullish bias. It looks like it conducted, some sort of break and retest. So it broke this structure right here, came down for the retest, and then price can either reject off this point, continue up higher, or it can close below here, provide a sell signal, and then push down to, the structure down here. I mean, there's a couple different scenarios that can play out for gold right now. So this is pretty much my analysis on the higher time frame. It can either reject off this point, or it can break through it. You guys got to keep in mind that the 4-hour candle still has 3 hours left. So it's got a long time until this closes. This can easily close below it, or it can close above it where it can reject back up. So after looking at this analysis on the 4-hour, I'll go to the 30-minute to see if there's any scalps that, you could possibly take for gold there. So just looking at gold right here, let's see if there's any zones that are nearby real quick to see if there were any scalps that you could take or could have take. So just looking at the zones right here, I think the only, there's no area right here specifically where you can, where you would really want to take some trades. The most recent area or the most recent entry that was available for you here, applying the scalp strategy here would have been, let me just turn this off. The most recent entry would have been this, this green one right here. Because obviously if you go back, there's no entries over here available, right? So if you go over here, there's no entries available because you need the rejection off the pivot and the structure. The most recent one would be right here because, I mean, these look like nice entries, but there's no pivot. There's no pivot off the, rejection off the structure. It's just off the pivot. So you need a rejection off the pivot and a structure like this right here. And with that said, this obviously would have hit full TP at any point right there for like about 100 pips off gold. But just looking at gold right now, there's no structure up here. So with no structure, there's no confirmation for an entry. So this is the first entry that was available for gold most recently. We'll check on the 10 minutes to see if there's anything over here. So let me just turn on the momentum indicator again, and then we will, we'll obviously draw these zones right here. So we have this zone right there. We also have this zone right there, and this zone right here. All right, so just looking at this point here. Yeah, so looking at this point here, there's no entries over here, obviously. The most recent entry would have been this red candle right here, because obviously there's no entries right here, right? There's nothing that's rejecting off the pivot in the structure. The most recent one would have been this red candle right here. And with that said, that would have hit TP, it looks like, right there. Full TP for about 38 pips. So other than that, there's just not really much to look at right now for gold. I mean, if I was to take a trade for gold, I would, if I'm looking on the bigger time frame, I'd have to wait for this to close, which closes in about 2.5 hours or 3 hours actually. And then for the 10-minute over here, there wouldn't be an entry until price ends up, rejecting off the pivot and a structure off this area where you would catch it for a sell back downwards. But other than that, there's just not much to look at for gold right now. This is pretty much all that we're looking at. And we're just going to be waiting for, an actual entry to avail itself. So that's it for that. Let me go back to the DAX. Nothing here. Go back to US 30. Nothing here either. So we'll just be, obviously we'll just be waiting. We'll be waiting to see how this this ends up playing out, and if there's any scalps that are possibly going to be available. I mean, it's been a great week so far, though, guys. So hopefully you guys locked in a lot of profit so far this week. I did send my totals for this week for the most part, and it's doing pretty good. I mean, this is the most recent screenshot for mine. Obviously I do take losses here, like I mentioned, but I always balance them out with some wins. So like down here, look, this is my total for the day, and then for the week it's a slightly more. So it's probably like 3,000 on top of that. So let's see, Eric over here, nice cam over here, locked into some profit for the day. He's in total 275. So nice work off that, Camo. Oh, did you take that? Looks like you might have taken that scalp when I called it when he first logged on. Yeah, nice work, David. David over here is holding till Thursday. That's crazy. Dennis over here, what's a job? Again, nice, Dennis. So Dennis took, he took that scalp off US 30 right there. He made a profit of 596.40. So $596.40. And then off that little scalp that I just showed you when you logged on, and he has a total of 3,000 for the day. So nice work, Dennis. Nice work, everybody. Everyone has just been killing it, guys. Jet over here as well, 1,431. So nice work off that. Looks like Jet over here, he scalped GU, he scalped NASDAQ 100, DAX 30, and US 30 right here. So great work off that, guys. Nice profit off that. Gauge over here locked in about 1,792, total of 2,045 for this GJ and this Dow 30 right there. So nice work off Salim over here too. He took a couple losses, but he bounced back hard off that US 30 that I just, that I called last night for that sell. He locked in about 847. He had these losses here, but he bounced back real quick off that one. So great work all around, guys. I'm saving all your profits here. So if you guys have any other profit pictures to send over, nice. Patricia over here as well. Congrats, Patricia. She locked in about 2,052 last night, taking that same, US 30 sell that I mentioned yesterday. She took one UK 100, another US 30 right here, and then another one this morning. As we just took that at 1650. She saw when I called that trade, or when I said I was going to enter it, and then she entered it as well, because you can see that timestamp right there, 1650. She made 875, and then looking at my timestamp over here as well, 1550 right here, I made about 339. So you guys can see here, if you guys just sit in on these live sessions and you pay attention and you actually do what I'm telling you, you could lock in profit just like everyone else. So nice work off that too, Patricia. Great work off that. Other than that, Billy right here too. Nice work, Billy. Billy caught the whole ride. He took some sells here for GJ that he was just mentioning. He made about 1,197 and then another 603 off that. So you guys can see here, obviously everyone in K2 is killing it, guys. It's not just me. It's literally everybody. I'll sell over here, said US 30 is taking a dump. It definitely is. But yeah, congrats, guys. If you guys have any other profits that you guys want me to share with the group, obviously just send them over to me, and then I will be posting the profits for the day a little later today as well. Nice, Mike over here too. Wow, look at Mike. He took NASDAQ 100 sells. Dude locked in 7,000. So we have another 7,000 for the day right here with Mike. So congrats, Mike, off that. He sold NASDAQ 100 up here, and he just kept selling. So that's some great work off there, Mike. So you guys can see here, I mean, look, I can show you all the profits just from today. You can see the timestamp right here for the day. It's not just me profiting, right? Like obviously I did kill it today too. I locked in my own 7,000 right here. Obviously my total profits for the day, 7,000, but it's not just me. Mike over here locked in 7,000 as well. Billy over here, and I could show you, man, there's a ton of profits here just for this morning. But yeah, I'm ready to keep doing it again, guys. I'm just waiting for this entry to appear right here so that we could possibly enter that sell. But it's just a game of patience at this point. But yeah, guys, anyways, let me check the chat real quick and I'll see what else we're looking at. Meanwhile, as we wait for this here as well. So let me see. Smoke said still not killing it yet, but I feel it coming soon. That definitely Smokes, it's a game of patience, like literally just a game of repetition and consistency. And you'll get at the same level as everyone else is trading. Because obviously I'm not the only one that's killing it, right? Everyone else is doing, like, dude, this is crazy. Mike, this is a big profit right here. This is I thought I did something big. Did you make more than me? You made 7,477. So I'm just slightly above, just $200 more. But we're still in the same boat with those 2 wins right there. So you guys can see, the power of being in premium right here. Everyone in premium is killing it. It's not just me. And it's cool because everyone's taking their own trades. Like these trades here that Mike took, I don't even trade NASDAQ, and he took these trades on his own. So that's not even a trade that I called. So congrats to everybody. Let me continue going through the chat real quick. Hey, morning, Mark. And then we'll see what else is there to look at. So Super Sam's asking for the sentiment for US 30. So let's see US 30 sentiment. And then I think you're asking about this as well. So let's see, US 30 sentiment, pull it up over here. Yeah, US 30 sentiment right now on IG is going to be, actually, let me go back. Yeah, so US 30 sentiment is going to be 65% of people short. So people are getting kicked out of this trade now. So I think people are trying to swing the other direction. And then now there's a lot of people short. Let me just check this real quick to make sure it's correct, because last time it wasn't correct the last time we looked at it. Yeah, no, it's correct. Okay, so 65 to 66% of people are short. And then for the NASDAQ, let's see. NASDAQ 100. NAS 100. IG sentiment. Yeah, so they're both actually NASDAQ has they're pretty long. They're 70% long. So this is probably gonna keep dropping, and obviously US 30 is gonna keep dropping as well. So NASDAQ should be good for like continued sells. So let me just mark this up right here actually real quick. So let's see, the most recent zone is gonna be down here. So it's getting close to it. And if it ends up closing right there, it should be good. I mean, we'll see. So that's that. All right, I'm just gonna draw the most recent ones because they're relevant for us to follow, the higher ones. But anyways, this is gonna be the next zone right here. So this might come up, test the zone pivot, and then it might come back down. So if we have a scalp right there, we'll take that. Otherwise, we're just gonna be playing the waiting game at this point. US 30 is finally pushing up to this area here. So with that said, we'll probably be waiting for a scalp here as well. Let me see if there's anything else. All right, cool. So I think that's it for this right here. Let me see if there's anything else here before we continue on. See, Kel said bear trap. Yeah, I agree. Definitely billionaire. Not sure if you locked in some profit off that too. Jeremy said the K2 zones end after a certain time, or the zones. Jeremy said the K2 zones ends after a certain time, or the zones then not valid anymore. So I'm not sure what you mean by that, Jeremy. So the zones do end, but when they end, there's like new zones that get created, right? Because the zones they forever producing whenever price moves. So like for example, here, let me just show you. I'll just replay from like a certain area, right? So like back here. So if you have the K2SR zones like turned on, as price moves, the algorithm moves with it. So you can see here that price goes above it or below it. And when that happens, zones disappear and they reappear. So it just updates whenever price moves, and it provides for the most important zones here, obviously, right? You can see that the zones update, Jeremy. So just because they disappear don't mean that they're not valid. It's just that price is too far. Like if price is way up here, these zones down here they're gonna disappear, right? Look at those zones down here. They start to disappear because price is so high up that these become relevant. So as price continues to move up and to move down, the zones will disappear. But whatever zone is on the chart at the specific time, that's what's important at the time. So they're not necessarily invalid. They're just not important at the time because price is so far off. But you can see here that the zones just keep automatically populating as price gets closer because it identifies the most important rejection points. So quick answer to your question, Jeremy. It doesn't necessarily make them invalid. It's just that they're just irrelevant at that time because price is so far off. Obviously, you can see how accurate they are where price currently is, and then they just update as price continues to move along. So that's it for that. All right, so let's see if there's anything else here. Okay, so this is starting to push up right here. We're probably going to anticipate this to come up and test this structure right here in this pivot. When that happens, then we'll probably take a sell. So I will I'll keep watching US 30 for now for any possible scalps so that we can hop into these trades over here. Anyways, let me go back to the chat real quick. Billy said, Pal guy speaks in 3 minutes, I believe, so we got to be careful. Oh, okay, sorry. Thanks for letting me know, Billy. I didn't realize that Fed was speaking today. Here, let me, I think it was like low impact news, right? I don't think Pal's speaking today, Billy. I think this is it's Bank of Canada, which is McCallum. He's speaking in about 2 hours. Oh no, actually, okay, right. He spoke at 7 right here. Oh, fuck. Okay, so I missed that. I missed that completely. Anyways, so this is with the heavy news going on right now, it kind of explains like these crazy movements in the market. This actually happened at 7 a.m. So that's right when the drop happened. The market was just reacting to the news. I mean, the news doesn't necessarily directly affect the market. It's just how people react to the news, and that's probably what caused like this opposite spike upwards right here. So that's it's gonna have to retrace at some point anyway. So we're just gonna catch this scalp down as it provides for another entry. But at this point, there's just no entry. Actually, so this sell right here, this let me keep watching this. We have about 5 minutes left on this candle. If this candle closes strong bearish, like it's a strong red candle, then we might have an entry here actually. Because we might have the rejection off this green pivot, and then we might have the rejection off the structure as well if it closes red bearish, because the candle will be down here. So we'll keep watching for this right here. Otherwise, I will go through the chat and see if there's any other questions. So let me see if there's anything else as well. Peter said, who needs government for a stimulus package when using K2? We're creating our own stimulus. Yeah, exactly, Peter, right? Everyone's been killing it so far. And it's been it's been a great ride for everyone. Yeah, Jeremy. So the lines do end the lines end at the end of the week because it's a brand new week. So that's probably what you're referring to. So let me just go back over here real quick. So let's see. Sunday was okay. So this is an example right here, because we go from March. So you can see right here that they do end because this is it's the end of the week, but they're still relevant. So like for example here, if you have this here, like say you have a zone right there, right? It's still going to be relevant because it continues on. And then when it disappears, you can delete it, right? Because price is way down here. So they don't repopulate. So for example, if this is, you can see that they cut off right here, right? If they cut off at this point, see, you can see that they disappear because price is so far down. There was a zone right here. So let me just show you again right here. So this one right here is cutting off because it's going into the new week. This was last week on the 18th, and this is brand new week right here on the 21st. So there's a zone right here, but as price continues to move down further, the same zone right here, let me just move this forward. Yeah, the same zone right here that was there is gone now, right? Because its relevance too far off. If price ends up coming back to this point, so like, let me see, for example. So if price ends up coming back to this point over here, it'll repopulate. But since price is so far down, it doesn't need to repopulate. So for example, right here, there's another zone right here. But if price ends up coming back to this area, it will repopulate. So for example, right there, the zone has disappeared. And then as price moves up this area, it disappears, right? So I think that's the confusion that you're seeing there. It's a, or you might have your settings wrong. So like, for example, Jeremy, if you want to have them longer, you just click on this right here, and then you just extend them out longer. Have them out to 500 bars. I think it's normally at 100, so it's normally short anyways. You just have to change your settings to extend them out longer. But all right, so that's it for that. Let me go back to the scalp right here. We have about 2 minutes left on this candle. I mean, we'll see how this closes. I don't know if this would qualify as an entry. Let me just check the zone to make sure the zone is on proper. Yeah, that zone's cool. So we'll see. I mean, if this doesn't end up closing on this candle, it doesn't matter because we could probably enter on the next one anyways. Because it'll probably reject off this point, then it'll come back down, and it'll provide for another entry point. So that's it for this right here. I'll keep watching, and we'll see if there's anything else for us to necessarily look at. Ricardo said Fed's talking right now. They probably are. Let me see real quick. CNBC. Yeah, so he's actually speaking right now. So we might actually, well, if there's no entry here, it wouldn't really matter. We're just gonna hold off for the next one. But just looking at this here, looks like he is still talking. Let me just open this real quick and I'll mute this. Yeah, so he's currently talking. He'll probably be done within like the next 30 minutes or so. So he is currently talking. So maybe we should just hold off on it slightly. So he testifies inflation. Inflation is soft, so I go for it. Yeah, so he's actually been he's only been talking for like 2 minutes now. So we'll probably hold off on this. We'll keep watching it, but I'm probably not going to take the trade yet. And I don't think this is going to close anyway. So we have about 50 seconds left on this candle. I don't think it's going to close, but we'll definitely keep checking in on this to confirm, whether he's still speaking or not. So just looking at that there, we'll watch this here, but there's no entry anyway. So there's nothing for us to, necessarily take from that point. Yeah, no problem, Jeremy. Sorry for the confusion. I wasn't sure if you were talking about, extending the indicator, but they're still valid. If the price ends up going back to where price was, like for example here, like I was mentioning, if price ends up, if I just replay it, yeah, if price ends up going back to this area, like you can see where it's cut off. If price ends up going from here to down here, then it'll reestablish this this structure here, because it's just going to keep updating as price moves along. So nothing here for the DAX. Let me just go down all the indices here. So the Aussie 200. Let's see if there's actually an entry right here off this green candle. So I'm not sure if anyone took this trade here for the Aussie 200, but there's a rejection off that point. So if you took that trade, it's technically in a sell right now. I don't know if I would have taken this trade because it's kind of choppy, but if you did take it, it would have been a sell, and you're currently in profit at that point for the Aussie 200. For the China 50, let's see if there's any entries here. Yeah, actually looks like there's a couple entries here as well. If you were looking for a, obviously for a sell right here, and then another one down here as well. So yeah, looking at the China 50 right here, if you were to take this sell right here, I mean, obviously there's a rejection off this pivot in the structure of this red candle. If you took the sell here, that would have been a full TP. And then again, right here, there's another sell that was available for the China 50 right here at that point right there, which is currently in profit. So I'm just going down the indices right now, guys, to see if there's, any entries that were possibly available. I don't necessarily trade these, but I know some of you guys do. So if you guys did catch these trades, it looks like they would have been pretty solid so far. So let me see this one right here for the Spain 35. Yeah, for whoever took this trade here, looks like you probably would have taken a TP right there as well. So this green candle right here, if you took that trade, you would have taken a long position right here for a full TP off that. Other than that, no other entries. Obviously the French 40 right here. I probably wouldn't have taken any of these trades here because of the choppiness. You can see the pivots are kind of crossing over. So I would have skipped that. The DAX, like I mentioned, most recent entry would have been right here for full TP. The Japan index over here. Let's see if there's any entries that were possibly available here. It looks like there was a couple as well. So if we just draw our zone there, and then zone right here, and then another one right here. Let's just see if there was any entries off this one as well. So this is the Japan index. So I'm not sure if I would have taken, I mean, there's trades in both directions here. So I probably wouldn't have taken these trades because it's so choppy. But if you were looking at the Nikkei, which I don't necessarily look at this, there's one entry here for this red. There's also an opposite entry right here for this red, or for this red. So depending on which one you took here, this could have been a win if you took a short here. Obviously would have been a win there. And it looks like this one would have been a loss. So just depending on which one you took. But when price gets choppy like this, I usually don't even take the trade. So depending if you took the sell or the buy, you could have won off the sell, you would have lost off the buy here. Let's see if there's anything else here. Kimmy as well. Kimmy said, is there a new strategy you guys came up with? I mean, nothing that we haven't covered in the past month or so, Kimmy. It's the same scalp strategy that we've been applying for the past like 2-3 months now. So I'm not sure if that's one you're referring to. I mean, I don't know. Everyone's always coming up with a new strategy. So it's not necessarily, I'm not sure what you're referring to. If you're talking about the snipe strategy, if you're even familiar with that, or if you're talking about something else. So I'm not sure what you're referring to, Kimmy. If you could be a little more detailed, I mean, everyone's coming up with their own strategies using the indicators. So I'm not sure what you're referring to. But if you're referring to the snipe strategy, we've been applying this for the past 3 months. So I'm sure you've seen it. But yeah, I'm not sure if you're talking about that or something else. But anyways, looking back here at the NASDAQ, it looks like there hasn't been an entry here for a while. The most recent entry would have been like way up here, and that's a long time ago. So other than that, nothing here for the NASDAQ. Yeah, S&P right here. Let me see if there's anything that we could have looked at. Yeah, for the S&P, it doesn't look like there was anything that was really available. Like at all. The most recent would have been way up here. Yeah, so the most recent trade here for S&P would have been way over here. Other than that, it doesn't look like there was any any entries available. So just looking at this here, there is nothing there. The most recent one was up here. So if you took that sell right there, you would have locked in full TP off there. But other than that, there's no entries here for the S&P. We locked in a lot of profit yesterday though. So I think today is today of correction. There's not really much to really look at. For right here, if you took this UK 100 trade, looks like you would have been in profit right now, this red candle. But it's not something that I would have taken because of the, obviously you can see the choppiness in price. But if you did take that, it'd be in profit right now, currently on its way to full TP. So that's pretty much it for that. Yeah, for UK 100 and then US 30 over here. We're just waiting for this for this rejection off the pivot in the structure. So price is moving up a little further. As it gets closer to this structure right here, we might be looking for a rejection off that yellow pivot in the structure where we can enter, obviously a short position. But right now, Powell is speaking, so we're probably going to hold off on that until the Fed's done speaking. But anyways, that's about it. I just went over all the indices. There's, there wasn't really much to really look at this point, after this drop. But we made a ton of profit. Right? I'm like, if I wanted to just chill for the rest of the week, I could, because, you guys can see, everyone kind of killed it both ways. Like, I'm still shocked, like, at everyone else's profits. Everyone kind of locked in some pretty solid profits today than what I was looking at. But yeah, that's a pretty nice profit overall, guys, for the rest of the team. Nice. Karen just sent me her profit. Awesome. So Karen said, finally getting the scalp strategy locked. So Karen just sent me her profits right here. She took these scalps on her own. She took a buy and a sell both directions. This is what I mean. You guys can take trades both ways. You don't have to just trade one way. She logged in about 121 for the day. So nice work off that, Karen. You guys can see Karen in the chat. She's also in the YouTube chat as well. So nice work for the whole team overall. Everyone kind of killed it today. And yesterday, this has been a great week so far. I think everyone locked in more profit than they did last week, just in one day, scalping with me here. And we're hoping to do that again. It's just the market kind of slowed down a bit after this drop. And then the Fed is speaking right now. So we're just waiting for him to finish speaking so that we can start taking some trades, because there just really isn't much to look at right now. Everything kind of moving a little slow. Everything is down though. So the Dow 30 is down, S&P is down, NASDAQ's down, Russell 2000 is down, and the VIX is up right now. But other than that, I think that's about it. We have the COVID relief bill that needs to be passed as well for the stimulus, and it looks like it's going to be passed this week. So we'll have to wait and see how this how this ends up playing out, because obviously, there's a lot of stuff to look at. It's not just the Fed speaking, also the stimulus coming out right now as well, or this week. It's probably going to push price around. But other than that, there really isn't there really isn't much to follow right now. Here, let me go through the chat real quick. Sam's asking, hey Shawn, are you still looking for the daily entry today? Yeah, I would be if they're what, this one right here, this pending buy. But I don't know, it's kind of tricky. I kind of want to take it, but then I kind of don't, right? Because it's going to be a tricky buy. So I will call it for you guys just so you guys can have it. But like I was mentioning, this is kind of a risky call here. Thanks for mentioning it, Sam, because I wasn't even bothered. I wasn't even going to look at it. But it's kind of risky with the Fed speaking right now. So we might hold off on it slightly. We might just let it breathe a little bit before we decide to take it or not. But if you guys want to take the daily entry, this would be the daily entry right here. Thanks again, Sam, for reminding me, because I wasn't even going to look at it. But this technically would be the entry right there. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would want to take it though. So we have about 30 seconds left on this candle. We'll see. I'm probably going to hold off before I call it. I'll give it a delayed call. So I'll probably hold off for a few minutes to see if it pulls back. Because if it pulls back, like, and retest the structure here, I can just call a buy stop and we can enter it late if we really wanted to. But yeah, this would be the daily entry here. I'll set it up in the group. So let's see. See how it's dropping right there? I just want to give it some breathing room for it to breathe before it automatically fills. So let me just go ahead. I'll call this now for you guys. It's going to be a buy stop. So just make sure that you guys are using the proper order type, because it's currently below the entry right now. All right. So make sure that it's a buy stop, guys, because I don't want you guys to be like in the trade already. And this was the whole plan. We wanted to wait for it so that we have that cushion before you guys, end up taking that trade. So, all right, there is the parameters for that. Make sure everything's good. All right, cool. So those are the parameters for that right there. Let me just change this real quick. I think it's only off by like 10 pips, so it's not a big difference. Let me just, oh, that's kind of trippy. It's trippy. All the prices here are exactly the same. It was exactly the same entry from the other day. So 8, I'm just gonna move these down by 1 because it's only off by like 10 pips, not a big difference. But you guys keep in mind that this is it's a buy stop. It's not a market buy, because I always see people make that mistake. They enter a market buy and then they wonder, why are they in the position? So there we go. That's daily position right there. Set the alert right here real quick for it to let me know when it fills. Hasn't filled yet. One. And then this is going to be 150. All right. So that's pretty much it for that. Guys, remember it's a buy stop, okay? All right. So that's good right there. It's a buy stop. We'll see how this plays out. I mean, if it ends up swinging up, we'll just start scalping it upwards. So it's no biggie. I mean, if it ends up swinging up from this point, fills the order, comes back down, we'll just be taking some buy entries. So it should be cool, but it's not filled yet, guys. So just keep that in mind. So that's it for the daily entry right there. Other than that, I mean, we'll just be looking for any entries here. So if this ends up filling, then we'll probably just be looking for some buys, which is cool. I mean, it's the same thing. We're just looking the other direction. So other than that, let me check the chat real quick, see if there's anything else that I missed before we continue. All right, Biko said, how do I get 10-minute time frame on MT4? I don't think you can, Biko. I don't think they carry the 10-minute on MT4. That's why we use TradingView. Billy said, hey, Shawn, if news caused a drop, you're not worried about it correcting the news move back up. So I don't think it was necessarily based off the news, because we already knew it was going to drop. It just you know, the news was just what do you call this? It was like a distraction. It just basically they could blame the news on that drop, right? But we already knew the drop was coming because we entered from like way up here. Like we entered from way up here and we knew it was going to drop. And then, okay, so US 30 just filled, guys. The daily entry is now active. So it looks like we're going to be looking for some buys now as this continues to move along. So it's currently active if you guys are in it. And we'll just, you know, we'll see how this plays out. Otherwise, let me check the chat real quick and see if there's anything else here before, you know, we continue. So Jeremy said, you also see a sell at 320 on US 30. So let me go back to US 30 real quick. But yeah, guys, US 30 is now in profit. So we'll see how this ends up playing out. Let me just make sure the numbers are proper here. All right, so let's see. Jeremy said 330. 3:30 my time. This would have been a buy right here. 320. Let's see, I don't see anything at 320. So I'm not sure if you're talking about 330 right here, which would have been a buy, or if you're talking about 310 over here, because there's a sell here that's actually available. I mean, it's a tricky sell. I don't know if I would have taken this because it's like rejecting off the oh, actually, so if you zoom in a lot closer, you could see that it's not really rejecting off the sorry, let me even fix this. So if you zoom in a little closer, Jeremy, you can see, I'm not sure if you're referring to this 310 candle right here, but it doesn't reject off the actual structure. It rejects off the pivot, but not off the structure right there, right? So this wouldn't have been a valid sell because you're asking if it's a sell. This wouldn't have satisfied the requirement. You can see right here that it's right below the structure. So let me just draw a line right there. This is the end of the candle. So it got close to the structure, but it didn't reject off it. So this wouldn't have been a sell here. But if you took this buy right here, this would have been a buy, a valid buy. So just keep that in mind, Jeremy. Sometimes like you'll get trades that are really close, but they're not gonna fit the requirement. So this would have been a invalid sell. We wouldn't have taken that trade right there. But we would have taken this buy if that was the case. So other than that, let me see if there's anything else here before we continue on. Let me zoom out from this. All right, yeah. So no entry off that. Next up, I guess we're looking for some buys now since the daily is filled. But I mean, we'll see. But this is probably going to bounce around a lot while the news is still going on. But I mean, we'll see where it ends up pushing overall. Anyways, that's it for that. Let me see if there's anything else here real quick before we continue. David said, bruh, now I'm at work after making over 3K with 1K floating. So David, I think that's the hint that you should be quitting your job soon enough. I know you still got that contract, so maybe in about 3 years you'll see David over here teaching price action, because David is David's probably, David's been with K2, like he started with K2 a long time ago, and David's probably one of the most talented like price action traders that I've met. Honestly, I've met a lot of price action traders. A lot of people are, I don't know, everyone says they're a price action trader, right? But someone that actually executes is like someone like David. I see David execute time after time. And the thing with David is that he shares knowledge, right? He's not like one of those guys that tries to hide things and act like, like they've got some secret that can't be shared, right? I mean, you can figure price action out one way or another, but it really depends on, the type of person that's using it. So you'll probably see David on the K2 team teaching price action soon enough. Here, let's see if there's anything else here real quick. Is there anything else here? And Cam said, David got that Krabby Patty formula, right? But yeah, so like, if you guys followed the live session last Friday, David identified a sell for US 30. I identified a sell with our scalp on Friday as well. And if you guys followed our live session on Friday, we actually both killed it. Like he called the, was the 19th. Yeah, like right here. So what happened was I identified the sell right here, and David said that he identified a sell too, because we merged his price action with the K2 strategy here, and this was like, it was a nice win. Like we literally locked in a ton of profit off this right here, and we held on to it. I think we held on to it until it dropped. So we caught this big move on Friday. If you guys want to go back and rewatch the replay, David actually gave me the hint. Said he was like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna sell from here," and I was like, "All right, cool. We have a scalp here as well, so I'm gonna sell with you." And I took a fat lot size off that, and we hit some nice profit off that. So, sometime in the near future, when David finally quits his job, like he said he's going to, he can help us here at K2 with merging our strategies to create a super strategy that we've been applying here so far. I mean, because obviously what we're doing here works, but then when you merge it with David's stuff, it's crazy. It's just nonstop. It gives like that full confirmation that we need to really lock in some like really massive profits. Because like obviously for us using the K2 strategies, we're locking in like these scalps here. But if you tie it with David's analysis, man, it's just crazy. It's crazy the possibilities that we'll have, within the next coming year. Because last year was great. This year is going to be even better since I created this new strategy for you guys here. Anyways, so that's it for US 30 right now. It's currently in profit if you're in that daily entry. And I'm just going to be looking for some scalps here. So once we have some scalps in this area, I'll take some scalps. This might be a scalp, this green one, but it's not really clean because there's no rejection off the structure. So I'm going to hold off on that, but we'll be looking for any possible scalps within the next hour or so. So other than that, See if there's anything else here. Sam said, damn, my FTMO is well off compared to your entry is 1.394. Damn, let me check that real quick. Sam, 1.3. Let's see. So my FTMO right here. Let me check this real quick. So I'm just gonna do the math here, guys, so you guys can see the difference. So the math here for this is, I don't think it's off by that much, is it? For the FTMO. So right here, you can see the numbers here. I'm just gonna round it off. It's 3.1, or we'll subtract this number off this number right here. So it's gonna be 3.1381 minus 3.1380. So it's only off by like 1 pip. Who is that? Jeremy. I'm not, or Sam. I'm not sure if yours is different, because my FTMO, this is my FTMO count right here. This is the price, and then this is the price for here. So I'm not sure if yours is a little different. Let me just delete this again. Here, we'll do the math again. So right here, it's 31402 minus 31398. Yeah, it's only off by like a few pips. Sam, I'm not sure if like your numbers are different, or if you're using a different broker for FTMO. I think we're all using LMAX, right? The same one. If that's the case, then it looks like it's only off by like 4 pips, which is like equivalent to like, I don't know, what is that, like 40 pips or something like that? I don't know, honestly. The price is going to be kind of off. So it's always going to be bouncing back and forth, but it shouldn't be off by like that much. Generally, it's only like about 10 pips max. And that's why I have the difference for that one. Okay, so that's probably it. So that was probably my bad, Sam. I think because I subtracted it by 10. So it was only off by 1 pip, but I actually I added like 10 to it, or I subtracted 10 from it. So that's my bad if it looks weird on your end. But anyways, we're gonna be looking for these scalps here, guys, for US 30. We don't have the rejection off the structure. We needed a rejection off the structure in the pivot right here. So like something like this right here, red rejection, this red candle rejection off the pivot in the structure. And then from that point, we'll cash this for a sell, and then vice versa over here. If we have that same setup right here, we'll be cashing this for a buy. So I'll be watching this right here, guys. Let me see if there's any other, I mean, these zones are kind of messy. Let me just redraw these zones real quick so that we don't have any confusion here. So let's see. Leaky Boy is asking, do you use a script for markups? Oh, well, yeah, I use all the K2 indicators right here, obviously. These are all the indicators that I use. I use the K2SR indicator for me to draw these zones. And I mean, that's pretty much it for the markups. Other than that, I use the K2 momentum indicator to identify the direction of momentum. But I mean, the only indicators we use here are the K2 indicators. We don't use any of the common indicators that everyone else uses. I just use what I create here, because I'm looking for something specific, and in order to find what I'm looking for, I have to use what I created, because I'm not looking for what everyone else is looking for. We're just looking for specific zoned areas and the direction of momentum. So looking here at the Dow 30, turn that off. Looks like so there's not going to be an entry off this candle, but maybe off the next one. If it does reject off it, then we'll have an entry there for a buy once it ends up closing. So we'll keep watching this right here, guys. We have about 5 minutes left on this candle. And then that's where we'll be looking for our entry. Yeah, no problem, Leaky. It's just, I just use my own indicators here. So, I mean, if there's anything that you want me to analyze for you, Leaky, you can put like a pair on the, in the chat. And I can analyze it from scratch, so you can see my analysis from like start to finish. I just don't have anything that I really have in mind to analyze right now, so I'm not really focused on anything. But if there's something that you want, I can look at it for you. This analysis works for everything. It works for Forex, commodities, indexes, stocks. I mean, you name it. It just really depends. Because this analysis it's a basic analysis of structure and direction of price. Here, let's see. Super Sam said, is there an entry for NASDAQ? So let me pull up NASDAQ real quick. I'll just let this candle play out here. There's not really much for us to really look at. David said he slept for 2 hours. Yeah, he was too busy partying with David Jr. over there. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, if you guys are in the chat, you guys can see David over there typing up. I mean, David were up pretty late last night, but it's fine. You know, I'll stay up late till like lock in 7K. So that's a no brainer for me. So look at the NASDAQ right here, Super Sam. There's no entry that's available just yet. There needs to be a rejection off the pivot and the structure. There's no rejection off both. So there's just no entry available here. So no entry yet available for the NASDAQ. It's just you know, we're just chilling at this point because we need the rejection off the pivot and the structure. So like, for example, here, we need a rejection off the pivot and the structure. Like, let's see. I mean, there hasn't been one recently, I don't think, for NASDAQ. It's just been dumping for the most part. Oh, example for like right here. So we need the rejection off the, actually, there's no rejection there. I don't think there's been any entries for NASDAQ lately, but if I do see one, I'll let you know, Super Sam. It's just, there's nothing here right now. I was just trying to look at sometime recent because I don't want to go into last week. It's just that data is just going to be irrelevant, you know, compared to price now. But we're just looking for the rejection off the pivot and the structure. There hasn't been one over here yet. So there just isn't no entry. So what might happen here is this is what I see possibly happening. This price swing up, come back down, reject off the pivot and the structure, and then we catch them on its right back up. But who knows? I think sentiment's like super high for NASDAQ, right? So if that's the case, we might not even want to take a buy for that. Yeah, 70% of people are long right now for NASDAQ. So I think this might continue to drop, honestly. I think this will probably, this is kind of what I see happening here. I see this swinging up slightly, and then I see it swinging back down right here, coming back up for a retest, and then dropping further. So I actually have a sell bias for NASDAQ, well, but we'll see. I mean, if it ends up shooting up higher, then, you know, maybe it'll be shifting upwards. But I think it's going to drop, especially because sentiment is so high for long here for the NASDAQ. So that's, you know, that's basically what I'm looking for here at this point. But we will we'll keep watching. Wow, look at US 30 right here. It's about to hit TP1. So we'll keep that going right there. But anyways, I'm going to go back to US 30 right now because that's what we're looking at currently. Damn, I wish this would have closed above the structure because then we could have taken this buy right here. But I mean, it's all good. You know, we're not going to be too worried about something that we missed because we're going to catch the next trade anyways. No biggie. So let me see if there's anything else here. Oh, gotcha, Kaylee. Yeah, let me sit down. I'm just going to chill and watch what you're doing. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to put them in the chat, you know, with regard to, I mean, anything trading really. If you guys need help with like trade psychology, if you guys need help with risk management, if there's a reason why you're not, you know, obviously if you guys aren't killing it at trading, there's work to be made. Like you can be helped, you can make adjustments. That there's, you know, it's possible because you guys can see here at K2, like if you're in K2 and you're not profiting, then like I mean, there's got to be something wrong here, right? Because you could go down to like literally you could go down to anything here. Like if we go to any date here, I can scroll to any date and you can see people are profiting. And especially today, if you guys didn't make profit with me yesterday or today, there's got to be something wrong because you guys can see here, everyone's killing it. Karen over here locked in about 121. Mike over here locked in about 7,000. You know, everyone here is killing it, guys. Like there's some losses that we have, but overall we've had like more wins than losses, right? Like Salim over here, he had a couple losses. He was taking trades on his own. Then he took this trade that I called last night or that I mentioned, and he made it all right back. So if you guys are in K2 and you guys are not profiting with us here, I mean, you're obviously probably doing something wrong, and you know we can help you. It's just we can't help you unless you don't ask any questions. So I mean, everyone here is like overall net profit, right? Gage over here profit, Billy over here, he had some losses, but he's overall net profit. Mark's in profit. And you guys can see these are all different people. They're not just the same person profiting every time. These are like multiple people here in K2. You know, Dennis in profit. Who else is here? Isai over here. He has some losses here, but look, he overall for the day, he's in profit, right? So if you guys aren't in profit here in K2, I mean, there's obviously work to be done, and we can help you with that. It's just if you guys don't ask questions, then we can't help you, obviously, right? So overall, you guys can see here, you know, everyone's doing great for the most part. So looking at US 30 right here, this is this is a tricky trade. If this happens right here where there's like 2 entries, like I mentioned, we just hold off on this and then we wait for the next one. So nothing off here right now. Let me see if there's any other questions here as well. Steven said, I may need another session on intraday if you don't mind. Yeah, no, it's fine, Steven. We could, we'll set one up. So let me know what's a good day and time, and we'll set up your mentoring session for that. Radomir said, hey, Shawn, if this candle rejects off the green pivot and the structure, it's a buy. Even so, if the red pivot above is above the candle, does it matter if the red pivot is above the direction we want to take? No, Radomir. So that's fine, because the reason for that is price can go both ways. Like, for example, here, I'll just rewind to this right here. I'll just show you this for an example. So for example, here, price is below the red pivot, right? But the rejection was down here. But you know, just because it's down here doesn't mean that we're not going to take the trade. In this case right here, we would still take this long position, even though price is trending down, and it's still completely fine at that point. So if we were to take this trade here, and if we were to let this run, obviously it would have hit TP right there, right, Vladimir? So it's completely fine. It's just you know, price can easily retrace back like that, and that's why our range is kind of tight. It's only 500 pips, but we can take this profit here, and then from this point, even if it comes back down, we've already exited in profit, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, you can take a trade in either direction. It's just it just kind of depends on where price currently is, and if, you know, how clean the rejection was. But anyways, guys, I think we're probably going to hold off a little bit off these scalps. I mean, there's probably not going to push up. I think the reason for this is because the Fed is still speaking right now. So let me see if Powell's still speaking. We're probably going to see some, yeah, so they're still speaking right now, the Fed. So with that said, this is probably going to move a little slower, or it might just keep bouncing around this area until it, you know, establishes a direction. So we'll keep watching for this here, and then we will we'll continue on. We're just going to be waiting for the scalp to set up so that we can take this trade. Yeah, Steven said any day. All right, bro, I'll check the calendar to let you know, and then just DM me on Telegram, and we'll try to figure out a day for us to meet. Nice. Cheryl over here locked in about 1,894. So you guys can see here's another person with profiting K2, right? This is the K2 premium chat. If you guys are in the premium, I mean, there should be no reason for you guys not to be profiting, right? It makes literally no sense if you're in K2 and you're not profiting like everyone else here. I mean, you don't have to be profiting 1,000, right? Obviously, this is if you're trading a bigger account, but even Karen over here, she's trading a smaller account. She's still locked in 121. And you guys can see that not everyone here is locking in like 7,000 off like Mike, but some people here are locking like a couple $100 too, which is, there's no problem with that. Salim over here with $800, you know, Gage over here $2,000. The profits will vary depending on your account size. So there's no one way or one type of profit for you guys to make. Everyone makes different types of profits, but as long as you're in profit, that's all that really matters, right? It just depends if you're a net positive for the day, for the week, for the month, and then that you keep compounding that, you know, for more profit. But anyways, there's no entry here for US 30. Let me check out the DAX real quick. All right, so the DAX here, this might be our next entry. So if this ends up coming down, rejecting off the pivot in the structure, then we will be looking for a buy here for the DAX. Otherwise, I think that's it for now. Let me see if there's anything else here to look at. It doesn't look like it so far. So, you know, I'll look at Forex later. The candles here haven't closed yet. We have 2 hours left on this candle. So we have a long time until this will provide for, you know, a new entry. But this is playing out just like I mentioned right here, right? I mentioned that if price closed below here, it'll come down. If not, and it rejects off this point, it'll shoot on up. So right here for gold, it's rejecting off this structure. So we'll have to wait and see how this closes in the next 2 hours. If it closes above, then it'll probably continue to shoot up even further. So we'll keep looking at this here. All right, cool. So Steve wants me to take a look at the France 40. So yeah, looking at the France 40 right here, there's actually a bunch of entries that were available right here, Steve. I'm not sure if you were looking at this. I'm sure this is what you saw. But I would base your entry off the original one right here. So this is the original entry right there. Not sure what the sweet spot is because I don't trade this. But if it was like 100 pips, It looks like it would have hit full TP already right there off this this third candle right here. I'm not sure what the sweet spot is because I don't trade this, but let me see if I could find it. So let's see, we have a short position right here. I would enter the short here. Stop loss would be around the middle of the pivots. So it looks like 100 pips might be the sweet spot for the France 40. I've never traded this ever, so I'm not familiar with it at all. But if you were to take this trade, looks like this would have been a full TP win right there. And then again, right here, there is another one right here as well. I don't know if this would have won or if this would have lost, but let's see. This would have hit full TP as well. So it looks like 100 pips is the sweet spot for the France 40. There was a sell scalp there, full TP, buy scalp right here, full TP, another buy scalp here for another full TP. So I wouldn't enter this yet, Steven, until another one sets up, right? I wouldn't stack these yet. Obviously, this already hit full TP, so I'd be waiting for this to provide another entry at some point here. And then when this provides an entry, you can take another buy and then ride that back up right there, right? So that's basically what I'm looking for here. But just looking at the France 40 right now, there just really isn't much. I mean, it's too choppy too. If I take everything off the chart, you can see that the pivots are super choppy right now. So it's not something that I would mess with. Like this right here, it's moving down smooth. So I'd take that sell. Right here, smooth, moving up smooth, I would take that buy. But then right here, it gets a little choppy. So I'll probably hold off a bit. But I would be looking for that next entry, obviously right over here. So that's pretty much it for the France 40. Let me go back to US 30 real quick and see if there's anything else here. So no entry here yet for US 30. I'm hoping it pushes up here, hits our TP1 for the daily entry, and then you guys can move your stop loss and profit. Then from that point, we can keep holding on for the obviously the next one. Oh, nice. Sorry. So Steven said I'm already in 2 candles ago. All right. So you got in at that first entry then right there, right? Yeah. So you probably got in at one of these over here. It looks like this would have hit full TP already, but I mean, yeah, if you enter the second one right here, the late entry, then it's probably going to keep pushing up. So if you entered 2 candles ago, which would have been this red candle right here. So that's pretty solid. Yeah. I think that was when I was looking at it like a few minutes ago, right? If you enter this one right here, that red candle, I mean, it's still a pretty solid move. Looks like it's on its way to full TP right now as we speak. Yeah, if you have 100 pip TP right there, it looks like it's on its way. It got really close and then it pulled back a little bit, but it looks like it's going to continue pushing up to hit that, to finish the move right now. So we'll check on that in a bit. Let's go back to US 30. Yeah, no entry here yet. I'll be looking for possible rejection off the structure right here. Rejection off the structure in the pivot. If that closes like that, then obviously we can take a buy entry here. We have about a minute left on this candle, so we'll just have to wait and see how this ends up closing out from that point. So yeah, about a minute left on here, and I think that's about it. So let's see. Radomir said, "Great, thanks. I thought the red pivot was showing the direction. For example, if candles are below it, I should just keep taking signals once I see a rejection of the pivot and structure and vice versa." Yeah, so technically the red pivot will be the laggy indicator indicating, the direction of the trend. So price is below the red pivot, it's generally trending down, right? If price is above the red pivot, it's trending up. So it's going to give you like the last line of defense when identifying the trend. So obviously if price is below the pivots, it's trending down. As soon as price breaks and closes above the red pivot and rejects off it, like this right here, you can see that it's a clear, like you have basically a perfect entry right there for a buy position because you basically caught it as it reversed in the other direction, right? So like right there, and then again, same situation here, like we have the buys here, and then as soon as it swings below and then rejects off the red pivot right here, it's another sell. So you get these like sniper entries for both sells and buys if you're identifying it from that perspective. But I mean, there's a lot of different ways to analyze it, right? There's not just one way. So that's pretty much, it for that. And then again, right here, you see where it rejects off the red pivot. So it rejects off the red pivot and it's below it. This would provide for a nice little sell right there as well for full TP. So, I mean, there's different ways to look at it, Radomir, but yeah, the red pivot is going to indicate, the direction of the trend if you're using it for that specific reason. But I mean, there's a lot of ways to use it. It's not the only way to use it. All right, so we're just waiting for this to reject off the pivot and structure down here, and then we could possibly take it for a buy, which is fine because it's perfect. So like for example here, if this rejects off the pivot and the structure, then we can take it for a buy. And then as we take it for a buy, it'll also hit our TP for the daily entry right here as well, which is currently in profit and almost to TP right there. So yeah, it looks good so far for the most part. I don't really see anything really too risky about this. I mean, it looks good for the most part. We're just going to be looking for this entry as we continue. So guys, we're just looking for scalps right now. If you guys want me to look at any Forex pairs for you guys, I can take a look. However, I trade Forex on the 4-hour time frame, so I don't have, you know, there's like no reason for me to be looking at the Forex pairs right now because we still have 2 hours left on this 4-hour candle. So until until it provides for a new entry, then I'll look. But right now, there's just no point in me looking because we have about 2 hours left for me to look for trades. So if you guys have anything that you guys want me to look at, just put it in chat. If you guys are on Instagram Live, because you guys can see the Instagram Live is streaming right here. Just go on the YouTube channel. If you go to my story for K² Trades, you'll see the link for the live stream there, and then you can ask questions in the YouTube from that point. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much for us to look at right now for Forex because the next candle doesn't close for another 2 hours. Like you said, damn, being colorblind make this so hard. Yeah, bro. I mean, you have to look at the colors unless there's a different way for you to identify those things. All right, cool. So this is a perfect scalp right here, right? This is exactly what we were looking for. We were looking for a rejection off the pivot and a rejection off the structure. So when it closes right here, I'm going to take this for a scalp. It looks like we're about to hit TP as well for our daily entry right here. So there's our daily entry right there. It's about to hit TP. And let me just get this going for David real quick when he bounces back in the chat. So it's really close to TP right there. We'll see how this closes. Not quite. Yeah, not quite, but it's cool. I'm probably gonna take this buy anyways right here. All right. So I currently got into this buy scalp a little early, but I mean it's all good. We're gonna hold off on this for a little bit. I took a huge lot size off that. It's all good. Okay, so this is a risky trade, guys. If this ends up providing for an entry for both ways, then obviously it's going to be something that you would want to hold off on. But we will we'll see when it closes. It closes in about 6 minutes right here. So I do see the questions in the chat, guys. Delraj, I'll take a look at Euro GBP for you next, and then for Kirsten, I'll take a look at Euro Odd after we wait for this to close. So give me about 5 minutes for this to close, and then once it does close, then I'll take a look at those two pairs for you guys. Yeah, this is tricky. I didn't realize that it could technically close in both directions. So if this closes in the other direction, it's going to be a risky trade. Because if we have two entries for a buy and a sell, it just causes too much uncertainty. And I generally don't like to trade when that happens, but there we go. So we just hit TP, guys, for our daily. There you go, David, your horns for that. So we took that. I'm also taking this scalp right here. So I currently have an active position. I'm up $245, $300, $400, $500. So you can see my profits going up as we speak, $600 right there. So I have a scalp running right now. I entered this early. The reason for that's because I had a feeling it was going to shoot up because obviously because we're in this buy here for the daily entry, and we're also it's gonna okay, this is gonna be risky right here, because if this ends up rejecting off this point right here, let me get out of this trade actually soon. Let me see. I might get out of it and then just re-enter. Because if we have a double entry here, this is going to be too risky. I wouldn't want to hold it if we get a double entry like that right there. But I'm currently in profit about 600 off that trade. So let me, I'm going to keep watching it myself. All right, fuck it. I just got out of the trade. It's too risky. I didn't want to risk it because this might be too risky for a scalp if it ends up, providing for entries on both ends. So, wow, profits today are I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. My profits from last night up until today have just been wow. I I'm literally like at loss right now with these profits right here. Anyways, so I'll just add these up because I have the total profits for the, obviously for the week, but I want to show you guys what I just made from like last night up until today. So last night up until today, these are all the trades, obviously from the 23rd on down. See how the dates are right here. Uh, February 23rd, 2021. So these are all the trades from last night, or market when the market swapped. But if you add all these profits up, dude, this is crazy because I took all these trades live with you guys. So you guys can go back and watch the live stream and just see everything that I called, but I'll just add these up for you. So obviously I can trade the week profits, but I just want to show you what was made today because that's what I did yesterday. So the first profit here is 564 plus 205 plus 180 plus 305 minus 1,320, which is fine, minus 1,320. So this is negative 66 plus 355 plus 905 plus 4,460 plus 3,610 plus 339 plus 345 right there. So this is all in one day, guys. Like I'm like, I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm freaking shocked. I'm probably as shocked as you guys are. This is just one account. Just keep in mind I have two FTMO accounts where my trades are copying. So you multiply that by 2, and David, looks like we're about to go get that McLaren at some point. Damn, that's crazy. I don't think I've had like a day. I don't think I've made this much profit in a day in a long time. The last time I made this much profit was when I needed to pass my FTMO in like one day, and I made like 12K. But that was like just, I don't know if that was just luck, but these are actual trades that we like identified and we looked at. But these profits are crazy, guys, for just one day. And if I had my 3 FTMO accounts, dude, that'd be even more, like times 3. So, congrats to everybody in K2 who's killing it. Like literally, like congrats to everybody because I'm not the only one that's I'll show you guys. I'll screenshot my profits later. Obviously my phone's right here on the Instagram live, so I can't screenshot my actual profits, but I can show you here on the screen. These are my actual profits, and man, it's crazy. It's just Mike over here locked in 7,000 too, so I'm kind of on there. Yeah, no, David, so I'll take my bonus when you get your payout. Yeah, Dave, we're gonna have to go take a trip to Vegas, bro. Room's on me. Let's do that once everything opens back up. Yeah, no, definitely, guys. Congrats to everybody, man, because everyone's killing it, dude. Like, it's not just me; it's literally everybody. But these, these numbers here are crazy. You guys can see all of these trades here just from today. And if you guys want to go back and replay the stream from yesterday when you were scalping, I took all these trades live with you guys. Obviously, this is what I mean. Like sometimes you'll have like one loss. This is probably my bad because I stacked positions when I shouldn't have. But everything here has just been, dude, it's been crazy, like super on point. Even the small scalp that I just took right here off this trade, I literally just took the scalp and I locked in about 300 bucks. See, this is why I wouldn't have taken the scalp here now, because there's entries on both sides. There's a sell and a buy. This can go either way, right? I don't want to risk that. So that's why I'm not going to take this trade here. I already made my profit off it. I made about 300 something off that. So I'm fine. It's not, I don't care because I already made profit off it. So, and you guys can see that my confidence has gone up like crazy, right? Because I went from 1 lot to now 5 lots because I know that the strategy works. We've been applying this for a couple months now, and it's just been spot on every single day. And that's why I continue to just keep applying it right there. So congrats to everybody for killing it in K2. This is just the beginning, guys. This is gonna be a great year. Like I mentioned on New Year's Day, I said this is gonna be a great year for everybody. And I didn't lie. Obviously, it's been a great year for everybody. We can go back to any day here, and there's profits every single day. So if we go back to so check the date right here, guys. Right, we have February 10. If I go back to January 1, I told you guys that it's gonna be a great year for everybody, right? Like I can't even scroll up fast enough. Look how many profits we have here for everyone in K2. So like right here. So this is January 3rd, the new year, right? Or January 2nd. So if I scroll down here, these are all profits. I'll go down slow like this and look at all these profits from everyone in K2 from just this year. Everyone's passing FTMO, everyone's having a ton of profits. And I can just scroll down this like forever. I can scroll down faster, 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 and it still goes. And that's just January. So you go over to February, like, geez, look at all these profits here, guys. Freaking insane. Jonathan over here said recovered from my L yesterday. Nice work, Jonathan. So here's another K2 member, like with profit, right? Everyone here is different. It's not just one person. Jonathan right here, he locked in profit. Cheryl over here making with K2, she locked in some profit. Karen over here. These are all different people, guys. It's not just a few people in K2 profiting. So if you're in K2 and you're not profiting, I mean, you must be doing something wrong. So, you know, make sure to ask questions. If you guys aren't killing it like everyone else, I mean, you're obviously probably doing something wrong, because there's no reason for you to be the only person that's not on point, right? If everyone's on point and you're the only person that's not on point, then, you know, obviously we can help with that. You're probably just doing something wrong, and it's an easy fix. You just have to ask questions, and you know, we can help you with that. But anyways, let me go back to the chat over here as well. All right, man. I'm still in shock, guys. I haven't made this much profit in a while. So like, for example, here, so my payout's coming out soon. So it's about like 19,000 for both the accounts. And I'm taking my 70%. My take home is still like 13,000. And this is for one day, just today, right? So this is oh, man, it's awesome. I'm still in awe that we locked in this much profit in like one night. And this was from midnight. This wasn't even like the whole day. This these profits that I was showing you guys, these are from Asia session. I took all these trades in Asia session, and then it added up to like a lot just for like that specific day. So you guys just keep that in mind. You know, a lot of people don't like to trade during Asia session, but I traded during Asia session and I locked all that in. And then it's going to reset again tomorrow, or, you know, after the swap spread. So just keep that in mind. Let me go back to the chat real quick and see if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Let me check this over here real quick. All right. So, sorry guys. The first question is from Bill Raj for your GBP. So here's one pair that I'll analyze from scratch, just so that Leaky, I know you're new here, you can see how I analyze everything. So here I'm gonna take everything off the chart, delete everything. Here's the naked chart. The first thing I'm gonna do, like you mentioned, you know, to mark up the chart is I turn on the K2SR indicator. So I turn that on right there. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw my zones on the chart so I can identify where these rejection points are. So we got a zone there. We got a zone there. We got a zone right there. Zone right there. Zone right there. Zone right there. There. And you can see like how easy this is to draw, right, Leaky? Like I'm literally just tracing over my own zones just to clean up the chart. So like once you have that there, I mean, it's pretty simple. You know, I did that within a few seconds. I want to get the lower zone, so I go on the 8 hour, nothing there. Go on the daily, nothing there. Go on the weekly, something there. So we got a zone right here, and then we got a zone down here. So as you can see right there, I've marked up my chart within just a few seconds. I go back to the 4 hour. I turn off my K2SR indicator. I zoom out, and there we go. We have some perfectly drawn zones identifying where these rejection points are, right? So once you have this, you pretty much have the storyline. You can see what's going on here. You see price consolidates, it drops, consolidates, comes up, big consolidation range right here, drops below here, and then it's been dropping ever since. So Dilraj, looking at your GBP right here, if I turn on the momentum indicator, obviously we have a sell bias here, right? So just looking at this from this perspective, you know, I'd be looking for price to break and close passive structure here. So we have the rejection from this point. We have the sell signal right here. Now we're just waiting for price to break and close passive structure right here. So once this happens right here, we can take a short position because we anticipate price to push down to this next zone right here. And the reason for that is because the pattern just repeats itself, right? Looking at the previous one right here, we have a rejection off the structure. We have a sell signal right here. So it's the same setup, right? Rejection, rejection, sell signal, sell signal. The next confirmation is a breaking close patch structure. Right here, price broken close patch structure. And what did it do? It did exactly what I mentioned would happen here. It came down and shot right down to the structure right here where it consolidated. And then as it breaks down again, it's just going to drop even further. So it's the same pattern that just keeps repeating itself over and over again. And if you guys are able to identify that, I mean, that's all that you really need, honestly, right? If you're trading zone to zone, this is literally all you really need. And if you go back over here, I'll show you another example of the same exact thing. Rejection. So rejection, rejection, rejection. Sell signal right here. Sell signal, sell signal, sell signal, right? Breaking close patch structure right here. Breaking close patch structure right there. Breaking close patch structure right there. What happens from that point? It pushes down to the next structure right there, right? It's the same pattern, just keeps doing the same thing over and over again. So that's basically what I see happening right here, Dilraj. I'd wait for this candle obviously to close below there, but I mean, it's a nice move down if that ends up closing. However, if this doesn't end up closing, then I wouldn't enter that sell just yet because price can reject off it and go the opposite direction, right? It can do the same thing that we identified here for a sell, but it can do it for a buy. So for example, right here, you can see price ends up rejecting off this point. It retests this structure and then it comes back down, right? So it's not really a big deal if you enter too early, but I mean, to be safe, you would want to wait for it. So like, for example, here price comes down, rejects off this structure, and then it comes right back down from that point, right? So, I mean, you're probably not going to be in the worst case scenario if you enter too early, but obviously you want that full confirmation so that you can have the peace of mind that, price is probably going to continue in that direction. So that's it for EG. Next up is EA for Kirsten. So let's pull up EA next. And then Leaky, I'll analyze this from scratch too, just so that you can see, what I mean, because this works for everything. It's not just for certain pairs. It's not for certain assets. It literally works for everything. So let me just delete everything off the chart. There's the naked chart. First thing I do is I turn on the K²SR indicator. Once I turn that on, I draw my zone so I can identify the rejection points. And, we can do that within a few seconds right here. It's not that difficult. You're basically just tracing over the zones. You're just retracing the zones to provide for cleaner zones. Because if you have the K²SR indicator on, it gets a little messy. And, obviously, if you guys have been following me for a bit, you guys know that I like to have clean charts. I don't like having too much messiness on the charts where I can't see anything, because it's key. It's key if you identify these specific points, so that you know where to trade and where not to trade. You'll know where to be careful. You'll know where you can be risky. Because obviously, if you're trading where the zones are, odds are you're probably going to get, price is going to reject off that point. So looking at this here, that's pretty much it. I go back to the 4 hour over here. Turn off the indicator. Obviously, it looks like we have a sell bias right here because price is trending down. What I do is I turn on the momentum indicator, and that was right. So the same pattern that I just mentioned earlier for EG, it's the same exact thing again here. Right here, we have a rejection off this point. We have a sell signal right here. You can see price breaking close patch structure right here. As soon as that price ends up, you take a short position right there, it ends up pushing to the next structure down here, right? So it's the same exact pattern again that we're looking for over here, but we're just waiting for price to break and close past the structure again once down here. Once it breaks and closes past the structure, then we can take the same thing and then just write it down even further, right? So this is all that we're looking for here. There just is no entry that's available at this time. Obviously, price hasn't broken and closed past the structure. Obviously, when price gets into this zone here, it just consolidates a bit before it finally breaks and closes below. So that's pretty much it for Euro odd right here. It's the same analysis as EG. It's pretty bearish, so we're just waiting for this to break and close past the structure for that confirmation. Once that happens, we can take this sell, and then we can ride it, in that direction down. So that's pretty much it for Euro odd. Other than that, I think that's about it for this pair. So let me go back to US 30 real quick. All right, so US 30 is looking a little, it looks like it's consolidating now, because now it's just moving right this way, right to the side. So we'll have to wait and see how, how everything plays out. It might be swinging down or it might be swinging up, who knows? But until then, we'll just be monitoring it for any possible entries. There's no entry here for the DAX either. And even if we did get an entry right here, I probably wouldn't take it, because like I mentioned, when price is choppy like this right here, then we usually don't want to trade. We want to trade when price is moving smoothly like this right here, or in the opposite direction if it's moving smooth up like this right here. However, when price is getting choppy like this right here, this it's just too risky for us to really take right now. So that's it for the DAX right there. Other than that, we're just gonna be looking for some entries here. Okay, so for US 30 here, this might provide for a sell entry if it rejects off this point. So if we get a bullish candle here, then it might provide for an entry, but like I mentioned, it's going to be risky because it might provide for entries in both directions. So we'll hold off on this for now, and we'll just wait for any possible entries. Let me go back to the chat, see if I'm missing anything else over here. Let me delete this because we already hit TP, so there's no stop loss. You guys should remove your stop loss in profit, or if you are, at least plan on doing it within a certain amount of time. So let me check the chat real quick and see if there's anything else for us to look at. Chris said that wide pivot spread is closing. Pretty sure your long will hit. Yeah, definitely CT. That's what I was thinking too. I was waiting for it to like close above here so that we can, catch it up higher. But I mean, it's just, obviously it's gonna be a waiting game until that happens. But if this closes right here, so we have about 7 minutes left on this candle. If this closes as a rejection off the bottom right there, off the pivot in the structure, then we would take this for a buy. But until then, we're just gonna hold off and wait for this to close out for us to confirm that move. So we got about 7 minutes left on this. I can look at the chat meanwhile to see if there's anything else that I missed. Otherwise, we will continue on with this. And just a reminder, guys, if you guys haven't already, if you guys can like the stream and follow the YouTube channel, that'll definitely help. And it'll give me incentive to continue come on these live sessions with you guys each day. We've been discussing with the rest of the members that I'm probably going to only allow the premium members to join in these live sessions for most of the week. So every day it'll probably be available to the premium members, and for the public members, I'll probably be going live for you guys maybe twice a week. You guys will be able to see the replay, but you guys will be missing out on these scalps that we've been calling every morning. So if you guys want access to that, make sure to join the premium. Otherwise, you can still copy my trades. It's just going to be a few days a week instead of 5 days a week. But I mean, that might change. If this channel continues to grow, then I'll just keep coming on daily, and we'll figure out how to provide value that way. Because obviously everyone's killing it. There's a lot of people here in K2 that are in this YouTube that aren't even in K2, and they've been locking in profits, and then in exchange they ended up signing for K2 after, once they made enough profit from just copying my trades here during the live sessions. So just keep that in mind, guys. Otherwise, I'll give you guys an update, when we figure out what we're gonna do next month. Because this obviously just takes too much of my time, right? Like for me specifically, I want to just scalp. But if I'm here on these live sessions answering questions, it just becomes a bit of a hassle, which I don't mind. I like helping you guys out, but obviously my profits gotta grow too. All right, looking at US 30 here, we're still waiting for this to close. It's got about 5 minutes left on this candle. If it does close with a wick rejection off the pivot in the structure, we'll take a long position here. But until then, we're going to be, obviously sitting tight until we wait for this to close out. Anyways, let me check the chat real quick. Let's see, Billionaire Mindset said, did you say a self scalp for US 30? Not yet. Billionaire. So because there was an entry on both sides, so there's no sell scalp there. It was technically it's technically an entry in both directions. So we're just waiting for this to close here. If this ends up closing with a wick rejection, then we'll take the buy. If not, then we're just going to keep waiting for an entry. All right, let's see. Matt said, good job, Shawn. I followed you all night, bro. Awesome job. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, hopefully you locked in some profits off that as well. Thanks, Emmanuel. Appreciate it. And yeah, Leaky, there's a paid group for for K2 as well. If you want to sign up, just go on the website, k2trades.com. And if you just want signals, the signals are here. This is where you'll get my trades real time. And if you want access to the strategy and the indicators so that you can apply this strategy on your own, because you really don't need me. Obviously, majority of these people here that have made these profits in the people who have made these profits here, like they're trading certain things that I don't even trade. Like Cheryl here, she trades UK 100. I don't trade that. And she trades S&P. So she's making these profits trading on her own. And you know, the same with like Michael here. Mike was trading the NASDAQ. I don't trade the NASDAQ, but he locked in a ton of profits off that. Same with Billy here. He traded GJ on his own. I didn't call those trades. So if you guys want to apply this strategy on your own, it's available to you. Just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on strategy course, and then you'll have access to pretty much everything on your own. It's not it's not really that difficult. There's a lot of people in K2 that make way more profit than me just trading on their own. I'm just trying to keep up with you guys. So other than that, let's see. Mercibot said, what I missed, I see a Wilden right now going in. Yeah, no, definitely Mercibot. There's a lot of profits that we made yesterday off those US 30 trades. Here, let me see. I'm gonna skip through this real quick. Sam said, I remember when you smashed that FTMO challenge in one day. Yeah, Sam remembers that. Like, if you guys were in K2 if you guys have been in K2 for a while, there was this one day where I had my FTMO and I forgot about it. It was like sometime last year, like in July or something. It was like I forgot about my account, and then I needed to pass my FTMO within like 24 hours. So what happened was that, dude, I scalped like all day. I like didn't sleep. I went for like 24 hours just straight scalping. I don't know if it's here anymore, but it was it was pretty far back. It wasn't this year. I think it was like last year. So I scrolled back, I think it was like back in yeah, sorry guys, I don't have the profits here, but it was like one of these days where I just like literally was going on stop. I think it would have been here around November, maybe. No, not November. I mean, you guys can see, if you guys just go to all the pictures here, you can see everyone's profits. Like I could literally show you everyone's profits here of everyone killing it, right? 6,000 there for, who is this for? This is for someone else in the group. There's just profits like all day, guys. Like if you guys aren't profiting with K2, you must be doing something wrong. And obviously we want to help you, but yeah, we can't help you unless you guys ask for help. I'm just trying to find those profits that I made that day. But anyways, long story short, like I needed to pass FTMO in like 24 hours. So I just literally scalped my ass off like the entire day. And then I ended up locking like 12,000 on my FTMO just to pass the challenge within a day, which I don't recommend anyone do. Like you should never try to rush it. The only reason I rushed it was because I just had one day and I wasn't trying to lose out on my challenge fee. So I ended up, making it happen, which is totally possible. So let me see if there's anything else here. Oh, nice. So JRC said that it didn't hit his TP for about 20 or 30 pips, so he closed it manually, but he made some profits. So nice. The main key here, guys, is locking in profits, right? As long as you guys are locking in profits, that's all that really matters. Because our win rate here is so high that if you just keep locking in profits, your account's just going to keep growing and compounding. It's the main key. It's called risk management, right? A lot of people don't understand risk management. If you could understand risk management, it'll make all the difference in your trading. Because I've seen so many people blow accounts when that should have never happened, right? A blowing account should never happen, you guys. If you guys use proper risk management, it should be literally impossible for you to blow account because you'd have to lose like 30 or 40 back-to-back losses, which is unrealistic, right? If you're risking 1%, you need to lose like 99 trades back-to-back, which, I mean, if your strategy loses like 30 or 40 trades back-to-back, it's about time for you to change your strategy. But I'm sure that's not the case for most people. So here's a scalp right here, guys. Let's see, I'm thinking if I should enter right now. So this is a scalp entry right here, guys. Let me all right, so I'm in the scalp right now, or I'm trying to enter it. Let me see. Right there. The reason for the scalp is we have the rejection off the pivot and the structure right here for a buy. So I did take this scalp right here. me set my TP stop loss for this. This is it's a little bit of a risky trade, so I'm not sure if you guys want to take it. I did take it. You know, it's fine because I already made a lot of profit today, so I'm not really too worried about it. I'm just gonna set it and forget it pretty much. Oh, fuck, I took a fat ass lot size on this. Damn. I forgot I had my lot size defaulted to 5 lots. Shit. Okay, that was a horrible idea because now I'm like super. Okay, it's fine. Set up my TP stop loss. I should be all right. So yeah, guys, I did enter this trade. I entered with a freaking 5 lot. I didn't realize I entered with such a big lot size. I thought I was. I mean, it's all good. I'm not really worried about it at all because I did make a lot of profit today already. So I'm not. This is going to be one of my risky trades. All right, so I'm currently in this trade right now. Man, I'm like debating if I should just take a break for the rest of the week since I locked in like a week's worth of profit like just last night, and then adding in the profit from Sunday and Monday, it's just it's pretty solid for the most part. I shouldn't have taken a lot size so big. Damn, I didn't realize it was so big of a lot size. But it's all right. I'm holding on to it. I might close it out early though. So I'll let you guys know if I'm closing my trade out early because I took like way too big of a lot size for this trade. I forgot it was, this is what I don't like about MT4. Like I have the 1-click trading setup. So whatever my last lot size was, it just automatically fills it. So I took like a 5 lot off this, which I mean, a 5 lot is a lot, but it's equivalent to like a 0.50 on a normal account. So FTMO isn't necessarily a standard lot. It's a lot less. So it's fine. We're gonna let this run. And then from this point here, let's see if there's any other questions in the chat. Here, let's see. Oh, thanks, David. That's annoying. Yeah, thanks for watching that, David. I just saw the chat right now. I didn't realize that that thing was there. Anyways, let me go back to the chat real quick, and I'll see if there's anything missing here as we continue. Merciful said haven't passed yet. Yeah, so Merciful's still working on his account right now, but he's doing pretty good so far. So here's my account right here, guys. I'm in profit about 400, 300, 400. There you go, 400, 500. There's my FTMO. It's gonna make it smaller so you guys can focus on the chart. So yeah, I'm in profits 800 right now off that trade that I just called, that scalp. I'm in profit about 1,000. I might exit it early. I'm in profit 1,200. Nice, nice. Okay, so it looks good. It looks really good. So there we go. I'll just set an alert here so that we can follow it. So guys, fuck it, I'm gonna let it run. All right, so I'm letting it run right now. I'm watching it. Let's see. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Come on, a little bit farther. All right, I'm watching it. Watching it. I'm literally just watching my 2,000 right now. Oh yeah, I'm out. Fuck that. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. All right, so I locked in 2,000 off that trade. Whew, look at this. Oh my god. My position. Oh my god. This is a crazy, guys. Oh man, I gotta show you guys the profits for today. This is oh god, this is crazy. Oh man, this is crazy, guys. This is just funny to me now. It's funny that I made this much profit today. Oh god, it's crazy. Oh man. All right, I think I'm a lot. I just want to stop trading now. I can't believe I was in negative so fucking horrible right now. Look how much I made off that trade, 2,067. So I'm out of the trade, guys. I closed out. If you guys want to close out now, you can. If you want to hold on to it, it's fine. But I'm not gonna risk it off like one pip, right? I was already at full TP basically, but I just closed out. But oh man, look at this, guys. Oh man, this is funny to me. It's funny to me, dude. There's so much profit in one day. So I made 2,067 off that one trade right there, off this one right here, off my FTMO. I'm so excited because my payout's coming out like soon. So, man, what a good mistake, right? For me to take such a huge lot size. Oh fuck, now I want to add everything up again because these profits right here are oh man, it's crazy. Let me just check this real quick. I just want to make sure if it hits TP for you guys that we're following. Jeez, guys. You guys saw me call that trade live too. Like these, like I don't know how much more transparent we can get here at K2. Literally, I call these trades live, and then I take them on my account, and then I show you my profit, right? So there's nothing I can do here to manipulate anything. I literally take this trade, and oh man, that's nice. Jeez, yeah. CT said stop for today, come back Asia. Simple. Yeah, I mean that might oh man, that might be a good idea. See, good thing I closed out because it started to drop. Yeah, geez, look at these. Oh man, I need to add this shit up now, bro. This is crazy. Like it's crazy. I think this is the most profit I made in a day. Uh, just scalping. Like I'm not even taking any. Yeah, David said we traded for 12 hours. I literally was trading with David till like midnight yesterday. So let me just add this up again, guys. This is just from today, from the 23rd, right? So February 23, 2021. I'll show you guys what I made today. 564 plus 205 plus 180 plus 305. And then I had one like weird loss there, 1,320 negative. So I'm negative 66 plus 355 plus 905 plus 4,460 plus 3,610 plus 339 plus 345 plus this one big win right now for 2,067 and 50 cents. Wow. Look at that. And I have two FTMO accounts that I'm running right now. So that's just one account, 12,000 for the day. This is on the 23rd, all today, just scalps. So that right there, and then you multiply that by 2. Holy shit, 24 in one day. That's this is definitely a new high for me. I've never gotten this high before, guys. This is freaking madness. Oh geez, that's crazy. Honestly, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say. Thanks for being on this journey with me, guys. That's pretty good. 24, man, and I get my payout 70%. Oh man. I mean, it's not the full 24, but I'll take the 16. This will wow. It's just one day. This is literally one day, 23rd. All right, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna keep looking for scalps. Possibly, I'll probably log off early today, guys. So I'm gonna log off at about 9. I'm not gonna trade anymore. I'm done for the day. I'm not gonna throw any of this away. I almost threw it away off this trade right here because I took too big of a lot size. Thankfully, it played out in my in my favor. But yeah, this is the most I've made in like one day, guys. I've never made, well, okay, I'd made this before, but not on a funded account. I made it on the challenge because that was before when I was trying to pass it. But for this here, this is actually my funded. So this is man, this is a huge milestone for me personally, because And thanks for you guys, man. It's thanks to you guys. Big thanks to David, bro. Because if David didn't hook me up with that confirmation last night, we didn't go on that live session, I would have never been able to catch that big move, the first big move, right? So the first big move over here for this 4,000 and 3,000, I wouldn't have caught this unless it was for David. Like David literally sat in with me, and we had a live stream last night. It was a private stream, so you guys couldn't watch it. But we were just talking over, his strategy that he applies in with K2, and we just combined it, and I locked in this big win right here. This right here, I'm gonna take all credit for this trade though. Sorry guys, my dog. He wants guys. Kai. This dude likes to bark at everything. But yeah, guys, anyway, so like these are the wins from last night from David. And then this is the trade from right now, the scalp that I just took right here. Not sure if you guys are still in the scalp. It's a bit of a risky scalp right now. So I would probably just exit and profit if you could, because it was literally right next. It was just going to trigger the TP right there. So that's why I exited, because once price got to that point, I closed out of this. Like I was like, no, I'm not going to risk it. And thankfully I did, because if I didn't, I wouldn't have locked in, if I didn't close out at that point, I probably wouldn't have locked in this much profit. I went back to break even. So sometimes you guys just have to, act off how market's moving. So like, hopefully you guys close it when I mentioned to close up here, guys, because look, it's now back into the negative. Market's just kind of crazy right now. So I think I'm going to sit out the market. If you guys have questions, I'll take a look at whatever you guys want me to analyze, but I'm not going to trade anymore on my account because I get my payout soon, and I'm not trying to throw away this like 24,000, right? I'm just not, there's no point in me risking anymore. I'm gonna get my payout, and then I'm gonna, I'll start trading once I get my account reset. So that's it for that right there. Let me see if there's anything else that we could, Cam said David needs to make an appearance on these lives. Yeah, David's actually, he's always on the lives. He's the admin in the YouTube. So you guys can see right there, Raw in Mexico, that's David. He's the one that's the administrator in the, he's doing administration in the YouTube chats. So nice work, guys. I mean, it's a great day for me. I'm looking at the chat real quick over here. Patricia said, Shawn, awesome. You deserve it, helping all of us all the time. Gerald's asking how long you've been trading for. I've been trading for over 10 years now. Flynn said, Shawn, you crazy. Yeah, man, that was a fat lot size. So thankfully it hit. I mean, obviously. So hopefully you guys close out, because look, it's dropping back down. Just like I mentioned, it's a risky time to trade right now. And I'm pretty much done for the day, for the most part. Gerald's asking, how long did it take for you to become profitable? So I wasn't profitable until maybe the first actually no longer than that. The first, because the thing is, so the difference with me and you guys is that you guys have access to me where I can help you guys. For me, I learned everything on my own. I never had money to pay for a course. I never had money to pay for a mentorship or anything like that. I literally learned everything about trading just from going on Google and YouTube. So I learned everything on my own from scratch. I never really had anything to base trading off, because I didn't know anybody that traded, but I knew I wanted to trade. So I learned off YouTube and YouTube and Google, and just on different trading forums. So I learned everything on my own. That's why the learning curve for me was so long. It was, it took me like years to learn, because I didn't have anyone teaching me. So, I mean, obviously I could have been profitable earlier if I had someone teaching me or a mentor, but I didn't. So it took me about 4 years to become decently profitable, like break even profitable. And then 2 years after that, so probably 6 years in, that's when I became more and more profitable, because I started to lock in these strategies and I started to develop my own indicators. Because obviously when you start trading for long enough, guys, you start looking for certain things in the market. You don't look for what everyone else is looking for. And in order for me to identify those things, I had to create these K2 indicators so that it would be more efficient, right? Because for me to mark up these charts, like if we had literally a naked chart like this, like here, let me just go to a clean chart over here. So like, for example, if I had a clean chart like this right here, and I didn't have these indicators that I created, like I created all these indicators, these are my indicators. If I didn't have this here, and I want to identify structure, it's going to be hard for me to identify structure, right? Because structure could be anywhere. It can be up here. Like this is what people usually do. When you first start trading and you start drawing support and resistance, you go from top to bottom, right? You're like, oh, that's resistance, that's a support. And then you're like, all right, cool. This is probably another support. and then you're like, oh, this is probably another resistance. But in reality, these are probably not even support resistances. They're probably just random areas that you thought were support resistance. So in order for me to, make this more efficient, I created the K2SR indicator. So now instead of guessing where the zones are, I know where they are already because my indicator plots them for me. But this indicator was created by me, so I know exactly what I'm looking for. Like I figured out how to identify them without the indicator. But to make it easier for me, I just put I created this indicator so I can just, instead of me looking and trying to identify where the rejection points are, I just draw over them. So I made things efficient from that way. And then, same with the momentum indicator right here. So you can identify when price is going up, when price is going down, so that you have a bias. I created that as well. And, same with the pivots right here as well. Everything I use, I created myself, and it fits my trading style perfectly. So that's pretty much where we went from. We went from not knowing anything about trading, and then me learning everything on my own, and then me pretty much just, getting better every day. The more you trade every day, the more that you learn. Even for myself, I've been trading for like over 10 years now, but I'm still learning things every day. Like with David, he went over his strategy yesterday, and we caught that huge move here for US 30 because it fit for my sell analysis, and then it fit for his sell analysis. So usually when our analysis line up, it's spot on. I'm gonna go full lot size on that. And that's why I went 5 lots on that, right? Like that was a huge move, but I took a huge lot size. I took a 5 lot because I trusted David and David trusted me. So we both took some big positions on that, and we just killed it. Like obviously, this is a lot of profit for one day. Like this is not normal profit for one day, but we're doing this consistently every single day now. So I'm done entering trades, but I do look forward to having another day like this soon. Anyways, that's pretty much it, Gerald. That's how long it took me to be profitable. I mean, that was my whole trading journey. I learned everything on my own. I created my own indicators, and then now here I am teaching you guys. And the reason, so a lot of people ask me like, why do I waste my time teaching you guys, right? The reason for that's because I never had a mentor. Like when I was learning to trade, I always wished I had someone to teach me, and I didn't have any money, so I couldn't pay for anyone. So like here I am teaching you guys for free. So it's funny because I'm here teaching you guys for free, but there's still people that complain. They're like, oh, why does he teach people for free when like you can pay someone else? I mean, you can go ahead and learn from someone else, but I'm still going to keep teaching you guys here. And, that's the main reason why I teach you guys here, because it's just me giving back, right? Because trading has literally changed my life, and it can change your life too. It's just if you do things properly and if you learn from someone that actually knows. So that just, that's my story right there. I don't really have much to tell you guys. It's just the same basic story that everyone else has. It's just that, it's a different person. So that's pretty much it. Other than that, I think that's about it. Let me see if there's anything here for US 30. I was trying to identify. Oh yeah. So like, for example, that sell that we took over here, this is the one that we took, because a lot of people are asking, how did you identify that sell last night where you took that huge win? So like, for example, right here, we had this, the zone up here. Obviously I drew the zone myself, but if you turn on the K2SR right here, see how it lines up perfectly? Because I already know where the zones are. I created this indicator, so I know where the zones are before I even put the indicator on there. So for example, right here, this is the rejection off the pivot in the structure, off this red candle right here. So when we saw that right there, I entered a 5 lot right here for a sell, and then I exited like way down here. So that's how I was able to lock in this 4,000 and this 3,000 right here, because I stacked it. So I took this trade right here. I took this 4,000 from way up here, and then you can see right here that there's actually another entry. So there's 2 entries right here. There's another one right there. So what happened was I took this full entry right here, and then I also took another entry right here because I stacked these trades together. So I took 2 entries right there, and that's how I locked in these 2 wins right here. Obviously the big move from the top was the 4,460 profit, and then the second move right here was 3,610 for the second entry over here. So it's simple, guys. It's not really that difficult. And if you guys have learned my system here, the system is really easy. Like literally everyone here that profits in K2, they profit just trading it on their own. Let me see where that's at. So Patricia sent me your profits here. Look at Patricia. This is a K2 member. This isn't even, this is just, you know, another K2 member here. Patricia locked in 2,964. So, you know, I'm not the only one locking in big profits here, guys. Like everyone is locking big profits here. It's not just me. So nice work, Patricia, off that. Here is Nagin. Nice work, Nagin. So Nagin locked in some profit off this too, taking these US 30 trades that I just, you know, called for you guys here on the live session. So I'll save that as well. Other than that, let me see. Nice. So Tam over here, she said, great day, guys. She's been killing it every day too. Tam over here locked in some profits. Jazz said the way KT trades is cracking up on live right now is just killing me. Dude, it's funny, man. Here's Sisu over here. He locked in about 3,320. So everyone in K2 is killing it, guys. I mean, if you're looking for a team that kills it every single day, we do this shit every day. It's nothing new. Here's Jetta over here, 2,524. You guys can see it's not just me that's locking in these huge profits. It's literally everybody. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for that right there. And I'm me personally, guys, I'm done trading for the day. I'm not going to risk my account just to, you know, try to lock in some more profit. I'm not going to get greedy because I'm already up like 20K for the day, 24K actually to be exact. Let's see. Yeah, on one account, I'm up 12K. 12,015, and then times 2 because I have 2 FTMOs. I'm up actually 24,031. So that is, I mean, that's that for the day. Let me see if there's any other questions here as we continue. Let's see. Yeah, so let me just scroll up real quick. Looks like I'm missing a couple of things here. Tony said, hey, Shawn, what's your opinion on new funding talent challenge that started today? Honestly, Tony, I have no idea. I haven't looked at them. I'm good with FTMO, so I'm not going to go to funding talent. Obviously, FTMO has been good to me. They pay me every month with no issues, so I'm not going to go and use some other company just because. And the thing with funding talent is I haven't seen the new one, but the old one sucks. The old model is horrible. It sucks. That's why I never go to them. But maybe that new model might be better. But I won't be able to trade both of them on you know my account because I can't copy the trades since they're different brokers. But yeah, so I'll take a look at the new funding talent. Let me see if I can find it here actually. Funding, because I'm not sure if that new funding talent is available yet, right? Because I knew it was available to like certain people, but not for everyone. So Tony, let me see. Looking over here at funding talent, let me see this real quick. Yeah, I don't think they have the new one here just yet. Tony, I see this old one right here. This is the old aggressive. But you know, if you look at their terms suck, dude. You don't really make that much profit off them. Like you literally, they make it almost impossible for you to get that funded account because you have to make so much profit before you get the actual funded account, and you only get like X amount of profit. Me and David were talking about this yesterday. It's cool that they have like the monthly thing or whatever bonus that they give you, but overall long term it's just not that good. Yeah, so see the split for the live is 90-10, but they make it impossible for you to reach that point. A lot of people don't realize that they just see this where they're like, oh, weekly payouts or bi-weekly payouts, and then they gravitate towards this. But in reality, if you want to make the real money trading, I still think FTMO is the best option. If you actually trade consistently, then FTMO is good. And the thing with this too is you have to pay a monthly fee. So I don't know if you realize that you have to pay a monthly fee even if you're not making profits with funding talent, which it just makes no sense to me. You know, if you could do it with, well, what I've seen is like a lot of people that can't pass FTMO, they go over to funding talent. So a lot of people in funding talent are just people that can't pass FTMO, they can't stay consistent. But I'm looking here for the rules. I'm just trying to show you guys that there's a couple of videos on YouTube too. If you look on YouTube, there's people that break it down for you, but they make it literally impossible for you to get that funded account. Let me see. How much do you need to make? So this is cool. The bi-weekly talent bonus, this is cool, but it's not necessarily, I mean, you only get 20%. It's not really that much, but it's cool if you need the money, right? If you need the money, like for example, to pay for an FTMO, then it would make sense. But I'm trying to find the actual terms here. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm probably not going to find it here, but there's if you look at the YouTube videos, just go on YouTube and search funding talent where people review it. Like it just makes no sense for you to do funding talent. If you could pass FTMO, just stick with the FTMO. There's just it's a lot of downside trading with funding talent, unless you really need the money. So if you really need the money and you need that payout, like that 20% payout, then, you know, go ahead and do it. But it just doesn't make sense to me for me to use it. I did hear about their new account, but I don't see it on here. So I don't think it's available just yet. It's just the normal one here, normal aggressive. So that's it for that. Let me see if there's anything else here before I continue on. Yeah, thanks, David. I saw that deleted message. I don't understand why scammers do that, dude. It's pop it. It's like, you're over here trying to help everyone make profit, but then we have these scammers over here trying to like lure people in. But anyways, let me see. So for US 30, if you're taking the daily entry, when it reaches TP, so when it reached TP1 over here, we always move our stop loss and profit to TP1. So that's how, you know, most of us got out of this trade already. So that's how the exit strategy would work. So I don't know how to pronounce your name because it's like in a different language, but yeah, generally when it reaches TP1, you're supposed to move your stop loss and profit. Here, let me see if there's anything else here that I need to look at as we continue. Structure and pivots, high IBL. Yeah, no, definitely. So let me see if there's anything else real quick. Matt said, you were crazy, Shawn. That was a quick one for us. Yeah, I agree. Merciful said, this man over here laughing to himself. Right? Yeah, CT said, stop for the day, come back Asia. Let's see if there's anything else here. Yeah, Sisu said, if there's anything you know about me, it's that I way overtrade. I agree, Sisu, and that's what I'm trying not to. Yeah, David said he should absolutely stop for the day. Jeremy said you can stop working for the month with that profit. Matt said if the signals are genuine, you don't stop at all. Yeah, exactly. That's why I normally don't stop. That's why last night I just kept going. CT said you've got too much emotion counting all your chickens. And I swear, exactly right. Sisu said I went for 3 days when Shawn was like sleep. Yeah, dude, you were on for a long time during that. Let's see if there's anything else here. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Kimmy. John said Shawn FTMO was going to interview you, right? Let's see. Funky said super happy for you. Thanks, Funky. Appreciate it. Forex with Femi said, please, when is your next live session? Please, when is your next? Femi, my live session is every morning at 6:30 a.m. I do have mentoring sessions throughout the week, but let me see if there's anything else over here before we. Yeah, I think I have a session later today in the afternoon, but other than that, I don't think I'm going to be going live later today. I'm probably just going to be trading on my own. I'm probably just my personal account, not my my FTMO, because my payout is going to be due soon, I think. So I don't know. We'll see. I might continue trading on it, but if not, then I might hold off on that. Let's see David over here. Oh, David, yeah, I just saw your message. Yeah, dude, it's moving crazy right now. So I got out like literally at the perfect space right before I started dumping. But yeah, Forex Femi. So like Forex with Femi, I generally go live like 3 to 5 times a day if I have mentoring sessions, and if they're public. Some people don't like me to publish their mentoring sessions, so they're not on YouTube. But generally, I'm on live like maybe 3 to 5 times a day. I'm trading live in the morning, but the mentoring sessions, I'm just helping like one specific person. Okay, gotcha. So Tony said, here, let me just go back to the Funding Talent website again. So Tony said, have to click on the Funding Talent tab at the top. Is it this one, the aggressive? Let me get that real quick. Oh, gotcha. I think this is the same one we were just looking at, right? Tony? I don't think this is the new one yet. The aggressive, this has been here for a while. It's the same aggressive as before. I heard that they were changing things so that it was different. but I don't think this is the brand new one that they've been talking about on YouTube. Because on YouTube, they have a brand new one. It's like the aggressive, but the terms are different. So I mean, I personally wouldn't use it. I mean, if you really need the money, you can use it because you can get that biweekly payout. But I think long-term wise, I think FTMO is probably the best option. They have a better broker too, from my experience. So that's it for that. But yeah, guys, I think that's it for today. I'm not going to be looking for any more trades because I don't want to tempt myself to enter anything new. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out on Telegram or through email. And then we'll be back trading here live again tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. So I'm just going to take a break. I'm going to go and enjoy my profits and enjoy the rest of my day. And so first off, I'm going to see if there's any Forex trades here for us to possibly look at or want to take before I log off, because the next candle closes in about an hour. So I'm just going to look for some trades here. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else really to take right here right now. So Dilraj, that sell for EG looks like it's setting up right here, Dilraj. So once this closes below here, we have about 58 minutes. It's still a long time, but if this closes below this price, this would provide for a sell entry off EG. So I'll mark that up. If I do see that, I'll call that as a signal in the next hour or so. Otherwise, I think that's about it for now. If you guys have any other questions, put them in the chat now. Otherwise, I'm going to be logging off in a few minutes. So nothing there for Euro USD, nothing for GA, nothing for GCAD, GCHF, GJ, GN right here. I think this is still technically active, right? It hit TP and then it dropped, and then it looks like it's still technically active at this point. G right here pushed up, just like I mentioned. It's probably going to push up even higher to test this zone up here. And then other than that, I think that's about it. Nothing here for NZD CAD, possible entry for NZD CHF. I'll have to see if there's an upper zone here. Let me see real quick. Yeah, so if this closes right here, this might be a long entry for NZD CHF right there. But we'll see. I mean, the CHF pairs are weird pairs. You guys are aware of that from like all the weird trades that we've taken with the CHF. So other than that, guys, I think that's about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the session. Hopefully you guys locked in some profits, because literally everyone in K2 has like killed it. I mean, it's crazy. There's just a lot of stuff here. So Miriam over here, let's see. Wow, nice work, Miriam. So Miriam over here killed it. Look, she made 5,000 for the day off US 30, just US 30. So congrats for that, Miriam. I haven't heard from you in a while. But yeah, that's super on point, Miriam. So it looks like you're about to pass at FTMO, or unless you're already funded, you're about to get a nice payout off that 5,000 right there for the day. So great work, guys. I think that's about it for the day. Other than that, I think we're pretty much done. So if you guys have any other questions, reach out on Telegram. If you guys haven't already, if you guys can like this stream, it'll give me incentive to keep coming on these live streams to give you these live trades every day. But if you guys don't want to, it's fine. I'll still continue to come on these live streams, and we'll try to figure something out where it can benefit, not just the premium members, but also the public members as well, who you just can't afford the premium just yet. But you guys should be able to over time, copying these trades. But yeah, guys, thanks for showing up. I will catch you guys tomorrow morning for the next live session, and I'm just going to go enjoy my profits. I'm going to go chill out for a while, go to the gym, maybe call a trade for the next 4-hour candle close for Forex. And I'll catch you guys maybe later in Asia. If I decide to trade later in Asia session, I'll go live, and then we'll just meet up again later.